What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Friday, and y'all know what that means. That means we're gonna have us a good old time tonight. I'm your host, Emmanuel Eman Noisette, and I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about. We are going to talk about RDJ getting that Tony Stark money. We're gonna talk about Jonathan Majors reacting to the whole Doom announcement. And then, of course, I will give you guys my review for M. Night Shyamalan's newest movie, Trap. Just came out, and I'll give you my take on that. So I cannot wait. We will definitely get into that. I do have one thing I want to address really quick, just a quick housekeeping note. We will not have a live chat next Friday. I'm going to be a little busy. I'm going to try to reschedule it for maybe Saturday. But next Friday, no live chat. I'm going to be a little busy. I'm still working for y'all now. I'm still going to be working for y'all. So y'all have to make sure you following me, because you never know where I might be or what I might be doing or what I might be talking about. So you still want to follow your boy on all the socials, but no live chat on next Friday. Maybe we'll try and reschedule till Saturday. So just keep those notifications on and follow. Again, you never know what's going to happen. You just never know. So I didn't want to let people off and thinking about where's E-Man at. You know, I'm still working. I'm still working. All right. Let's see who made it out tonight. Give some quick shout outs and then we'll get started. Paulette, thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. Dex of Reason, my man, what's up? Jay, hello. Biz Harper, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you coming in early. I love it. Callow, what is going on? Rachel, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Shar, how are you? Good to see you. Jesus, hello. Tyrone, what is going on? My man Pierre is here as well. What is up? Alden, what is up? Good to see you. Zia Latrice, coming through. Thank you so much. It's Sheed. Hello. Christy, good to see you. King Chad, good to see you as well. Let's see. Corey, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Mr. Mitchell, good to see you as well. Let's see. Kid Anime, hello. My man Nelson V is back. Treese, hello. Mama J is in the building. Always a pleasure. My man Didier's here as well. Good to see you. 60 plus. Hello. Dorian, good to see you as well. Who else we got? There we go. Tyra, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. My man Eric is back. Good to see you. Talented One, what is up? Tazman, good to see you as well. Kristen, hello. Ollies and Dollies, hello. Blurred Forever, shout out to you. Rogue, hello. Good to see you. Robin, I see you. Got thick chick. Okay, gothic. Wait, is it gothic? It's gothic chick. Okay, I didn't know if you got thick and use a chick, but gothic chick. I got it. Listen. Sometimes I catch things. Sometimes. Thank you for being here. Ism, what's up? My man Lou is here. Good to see you. Chill Spot. Appreciate you coming through. Theo, hello, Miss Lady. What is up? Andrew, I see you. Holding it down with the mod squad. Kristen Pratt, good to see you. Johnny Washington, what is up? Good to see you as well. And let's see, who is this? Christian, what's up? Sunspot, Ray, Mike, Ikuri, hello, Sharon, Kareem, and shout out to everyone that has made it out tonight. I really do appreciate you. Oh, hold on, I see my man Angel's here as well. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let's see who we got here. Natalie, back in the Shy, hometown for NABJ. Woo-wee. I so wanted to go to NABJ. I was so mad because I wanted to go. I wanted to network. I wanted to meet up with some folks. But yeah, it didn't work out, unfortunately. Family stuff, work stuff. My whole weekend is shot. So I'm in the house. I can't go outside. At least not this weekend. So I'm mad that I missed it. And I'm mad I missed that interesting Q&A. I think I definitely would have been first row for that. That would have been interesting to see. But yeah, so anyway, I'm glad that you're back. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. We might have a topic a little later on that you might specifically appreciate in just a little bit. So hang tight for that. All right, so what do we have? Um let's do some light TV updates. Um Yeah, let's do some light TV updates. So we only got a couple, nothing too crazy. Probably one of the most popular TV shows on Netflix, next to Stranger Things, next to Wednesday, is going to be Squid Games, and we have an update. It looks like Squid Game season 2 will be premiering December 26th on Netflix. So you can go ahead and probably get ready for that. But we also found out recently that season 3 has also been greenlit, and that will be coming out in 2025. Man, I am looking forward to this, but I will say I'm a little nervous. I like a lot of the Asian based TV series, and some of the movies and stuff, whether it's South Korea, China, Japan, whatever. I'm down with those things, right? But, and I don't have a long list that I can tell you, but my only concern is keeping the same energy. Oh, was it? I think one that I was watching was Sweet Home. I was watching Sweet Home, and it was an interesting show, and it was a little sketchy with some of the CGI, but whatever. But man, I started season 2, and I was just like, ugh. Like I just couldn't get past it. And there were some other shows that I had seen too, where like it's like I don't know if like they just get too deep. It's hard to describe, but what I've noticed in my experience is a lot of these Asian based shows will go into a second season, maybe even a third season, and it just starts to go left. It goes left in a different way. And it's not always like a bad thing, but it to me it starts to get uninteresting. So I'm hoping that that's not the case with Squid Games. I'm hoping that they keep the same energy. Sometimes it can be a cultural thing where there are certain ways that they tell stories that appeal to more Asian demographics or Asian countries, and it works for them. That's just the way they like to tell their stories. And I don't always know if that translates very well here in the States. We like to see these things on spectacles. A lot of times we like to build up crazier and bigger and wilder stuff, and maybe they might go more cerebral with it. Maybe they might go more thematic with it, and I can see how that might set up a potential disappointment for people. So I'm just hoping that Squid Games, they understand the assignment. They understand that like, yo, there's a lot of pressure with this. But hopefully, this does keep the same energy. But you guys let me know. Are you excited for Squid Game season 2? And are you happy that there's a season 3 coming? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. In addition to that, what else do we have? We also have, I don't know if y'all heard about this, but about them dragons. Them dragons done had them leaks. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but apparently there was a leak online earlier this week, and the bootleggers done got to them dragons. House of the Dragon season finale had been out. Now I wasn't even gonna talk about it, but I did want to give you guys a heads up just in case, so that way you can be aware. I don't know, maybe mute on your timelines anything about House of the Dragon, so that way it doesn't get spoiled for you or anything. But this would be something just to kind of keep an eye on. Now, earlier I had told y'all for my House of the Dragon watchers, we were going to go live and do a live watch. Like we was just gonna watch it together, mainly because HBO was like, nah, we ain't giving we not giving no screeners for it, right? So if I don't have screeners, I can't break it down. I can't get y'all like, the traditional stuff that I used to. So I was like, whatever, we'll just watch it live. But with this leak. And no, I did not get the bootleg or anything, but I figured because of this leak, this might actually do something to HBO. But first, HBO actually did issue a statement about the leaks. And this is what they say. They said that uh, let's see. We are aware of the clips from the season finale of House of the Dragon have emerged on social media platforms. The clips were posted after an unintended release from an international third-party distributor. HBO is aggressively monitoring and removing clips from the internet, and fans can watch the episode in its entirety this Sunday on HBO and Max. All right. So they basically was like, listen, it was a mistake. It happened. It is what it is. But because this has happened, and I had a feeling that this was going to happen once I heard about these leaks. If you have the leaks out there like that, you might as well just give us the screeners at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, because now I'm not saying I did it. I'm not saying other people did it, but I'm just saying if the bootleg is out there, you know good and well certain social media outlets, certain YouTubers are going to be thirsty and they're going to take it. They're going to put that stuff in their thumbnail. They're going to do the most. So luckily, HBO did drop them screeners the next day. So with that now being the case, I am not going to do the live watch party, but I will be going live immediately after the episode. Now, I will say this for my House of the Dragon watchers. I'm also I'm trying to speak in code to y'all. I'm trying to speak in code. I'm very tempted to push this to Monday. I'm very, very tempted not to go live immediately after the episode. I'm very tempted to push it to Monday. But because it is the season finale, and I know people are going to be anxious, we will still go right after the show drops on Sunday. But man, I'll let y'all get to it. I'll let y'all get to it. So we'll talk. We will talk. Okay, we will talk. Anyway, guys, how do you feel about them dragons getting leaked? Are you excited for the finale? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Hold on, we got stuff. Derek, thank you so much, brother. What you got here? Salute, E-Man. I haven't made a live in a while. How's Kobe? I saw Deadpool and it was awesome. I love the cameos. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Definitely enjoyed Deadpool as well. Kobe's a little mixed right now. Kobe's a little mixed right now. I mean, now I have not dealt with all this myself. I'm hearing stories from other people. I don't know if y'all remember. There was a while back. Some of y'all will remember these stories. Our neighbors. They had these little. What you call them little dogs? Y'all know the little Mexican dogs, the little El Cucaracha dogs. You guys know what I'm talking about. The Yokita Taco Bell dogs. They got two of them, right? And Kobe don't like them too much because they will bark at him and they feisty chihuahuas. Thank you. See, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to be racist towards no dogs, but I'm just chihuahuas. So they got two of them. right? And they feisty. They feisty. Like they bark at me and roll up on me like I'm not a 10-foot giant on them, right? And they gave Kobe a dang on heart attack last time when he was a puppy, a while back. But the dogs came back. They came back. And from what I heard, there was an altercation because the dogs was out there and they was wandering. And my niece was walking him, and I guess she didn't know. You can barely see these things in the grass. These dogs are like that big, you can't even see them. So I guess Kobe had a whole fit. The dogs came and harassed him. And ever since that, Kobe been on edge. He been on edge. Now my niece, I mean, she one of the main people that love Kobe. Like, how you had that auntie that just love on your kids and they just spoil them and all that. That's who she is with Kobe, Oh, hey, Mr. Fluffy, all of that stuff, right? Boy, Kobe came in and he was just like, look, don't nobody touch me. I'm mad. He was just, I don't listen. I mean, he don't do this with me. He don't do this with me, but this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing he growling at people. He like, yo, don't even talk. You know what it was? I feel like it's like, when you was a little kid, and let's just say you got into your first fight, and let's just say you got punked, right? You got punked and you came in and you just started crying. It was like, man, and people be like, yo, what happened? Man, don't talk to me, man. Leave me alone. That's how Kobe kind of felt. That's the sense I was getting. Like he was like, yo, growling at folks. He didn't want to be bothered. So I mean, she came over today and he was still growling at her. And I was like, bro, what you doing? I was like, first of all, sit. Let's redirect that energy. Sit, but I don't know. I don't know what happened with that whole situation outside of what they told me. He been cool with me, but I heard actually the missus had to put him on timeout because after that whole interaction, he was just going wild. So they put him in his kennel, put him in the corner, let him cool down for a little bit. He been cool since then. But I don't know. He gonna have to. I don't know. I don't know what to do after that, man. I mean, the best thing I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and take him to the dog park so he can kind of, just interact with more dogs. Stop acting like a punk. Maybe I ain't trying to advocate for dog on dog bullying, but I'm saying, man, maybe you need to go punk a little dog. Maybe you need a little dog to kind of establish your dominance with, and that way you can stop being the little punk. How you get punked by them two little chihuahuas? Like, what are you doing, bro? They not gonna do nothing to you. They can't even they like a quarter of his size. Are you kidding me? Man. Anyway, but Kobe's fine. Anyway, all right, what else we got here? JN, are you doing a review on the Batman series? Probably not. I haven't even watched it yet. I have a lot of stuff that I have to do outside of that, so this is probably not something that's gonna make it. I don't even know if I'll be able to watch it just for entertainment purposes. But just as a heads up, I am going to be really hankering, whatever. I'm going to be doing a lot of From content, so that's going to be my big focus coming up. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I'll have time to do that. Taz, what you got? Have you seen Interview with the Vampire series on AMC? And did you see the original? No and no. That's also been on the list. I know a lot of you guys have actually been talking about it. I heard that season 3 is happening. But no, I haven't seen either one. I'm completely green to the entire thing. So that is something on the watch list, though. It is on the watch list. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you. Let's see what you said. This is what happens when you put a bunch of bastards in your ranks. Listen, shout out to the bastard gang. Like somebody was finna leak something. Somebody was gonna leak something, but yeah, what you got here, Derek? E-Man after dark Sunday night. Put your kids to bed. It may get dirty. Listen, I hope not. At least not the House of Was there anything dirty? No, I don't remember. Okay, I don't remember if there was anything dirty or not. So we should be all good. Let's see. Brian, what is going on? Thank you so much, man. Good to see you, bro. Hope all is well. All is well, and I'm hoping everything is all good with you as well. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. Derek, what you say? Take Kobe to the hood. Nah, man, I ain't trying to get Kobe stole now. Like I like my dog. You know, I don't Kobe's not that listen, he's a suburban dog. Okay. Like he's not cut like that. If he gonna get scared from them two little Mexican dogs, he ain't finna what he finna do in the hood. Nah, man. Kobe get yeah, yeah. Go some no thanks. All right, let's move on. Thank you guys for those. Appreciate it. All right, we got a Cobra Kai update. So I have not watched Cobra Kai. I've only watched the first season, so I'm not an expert on it or anything like that. But I definitely understand and recognize that this show is phenomenal. According to a lot of people, it's been definitely one of Netflix's top shows as well. But you know, let's keep in mind the fact that Cobra Kai is a spinoff from the Karate Kid. So the question is like, would they ever do another spinoff? And what kind of other spinoff would they be looking into doing? So we actually have the creators for Cobra Kai. They actually talked about that in a latest interview here. And it says here, let's see, Cobra Kai will be ending its run on Netflix in its current 6th season. So that's it for it. The creators, the three of them made it clear that they are hoping to keep the story going with potential spinoffs after the final episodes of Cobra Kai are released. Now, it says here, Mr. Miyagi's story has a lot of potential. The creator said, it is one of the reasons why we did the Miyagi box story this season. It opens up all these questions about Mr. Miyagi and what his life was like. And that's been something we've been wanting to do for a while. We've been talking about all this Miyagi backstory with him, which helps us with season 6 stuff. Now that we're done, we can actually start getting into this stuff. So it sounds like we're actually going to get a Mr. Miyagi spinoff. Huh. Well. So listen, I would say this, like, I never thought about a Mr. Miyagi spinoff, but I'm not turned off by it. Like, I think I'm interested in this idea of a prequel story because does anybody know anything about Mr. Miyagi? Like, my man just came on with the wax on, wax off, and that was it. You like clearly my man was doing something. You know, I mean, was he a karate master before? Did he come from a truck? Look, listen, is Mr. Miyagi it man? And we just didn't know it. Like, I don't know. So, you know what? I would be interested in finding out a little bit more about him. Now, again, I have not watched the show. I don't know what this Miyagi box is that they're talking about. So I don't know if they had clues to it or not. But for some of you um that have watched the show, is this something that you're interested in? Do you like the idea of exploring Mr. Miyagi's backstory? I don't know, like, whatever you guys think, feel free, let me know in the comments down below. All right, oh, all right, so let me pull this up. I came across this story and I found it kind of interesting, and I thought it'd be just fun to kind of just talk about it, you know, because I feel like this is a story we could all relate to. I feel like this is a story that has probably never gone to this level, but we've probably gotten into similar situations, maybe, right? So, this is an interesting story. I just came across. When did they post this? I think this just came out, like, I don't know, whenever. But I wanted to I just wanted to talk to you guys about this story. It happened in New Zealand. Okay, so this is not in the US. And I thought it'd be interesting for us to just kind of go through this story because I thought it was a little wild. All right, let's get into it. It says here, a cinema in New Zealand has just ejected 2 women for sneaking in their own snacks. Okay, 2 women got kicked out because they snuck in their own snacks. Now, here go the story. The 2 women took some children to see Despicable Me 4. The pair were said to have taken blankets and snack bags, having popcorn, sweets, crisp, lollipops, whatever. However, just as the movie started, an employee told them to put their snacks away. Okay, they agreed, but the employee insisted on sitting next to them to monitor the snack situation. Now, first of all, what would y'all do if somebody came in with that top flight security mindset and said, ma'am, we said you got to put them gummy bears away, and they sat right next to you and was just watching you? Just watching you watch the movie as you not eat the snacks that you brought in. What the hell? Yeah, that chicken sandwich that you snuck in, don't even pull it out. Is that some fries that you got in there? Don't even touch them. Matter of fact, don't even lick your fingers. I know there's some salt and some gooey stuff on it. Don't even lick that. What the heck? What would y'all do? Seriously, what would y'all do? Because we all snuck some snacks in. And by we, I mean y'all, because I'm innocent. I don't do that kind of stuff. I follow the rules. But people do this. It happens. You might sneak some Buffalo Wild Wings and maybe a little Chipotle burrito or Subway sandwich. Listen, allegedly some people do this. But my goodness, sit there and watch me eat. I mean, watch me not eat. Wow. But it goes on. It continues. So one of the children, the babies, popped a little old Skittle that he was already holding in his mouth, and all hell broke loose. The employees started shouting at them and said that the police would be called unless they left. And this is when the babies started crying. The woman said, my niece asked nicely, if you're calling the police, are they going to kill my mom? And the employees, they laughed or whatever. They said, and he laughed at that stage. He looked directly in her face and said, yeah, maybe we'll find out. Y'all gonna traumatize the kids over some snacks? Over a Skittle? I feel like this is the New Zealand version of Trayvon Martin. Obviously, it's not that serious. But I'm sitting here thinking, you about to escalate this over a Skittle? That is wild work. A Skittle for a kid. What are they paying these people to make them that serious in New Zealand? What? Okay, let's see. The women agreed to leave, and 4 police officers still showed up. 4. Now, it says here that it is standard policy in New Zealand that they say no outside food or drinks. But the question is, should you be allowed to bring your own snacks into the theaters? Now, to give some context, and I've told y'all this before, most of the ticket prices do go to the movie studios. And often, it's the snacks, the concessions. That's where the movie studios actually make more money. Okay. So there's that. But then you got the whole issue of the fact that we all got this inflation thing going on. Eggs cost $1 billion nowadays. It's like, listen, when you raise up all your prices like that, listen, it's gonna be very tempting to not bring stuff in. Okay, it's gonna be very, very tempting. Now, it does say here that most UK cinemas, they actually are cool with audiences bringing their snacks. They don't care. They don't care. But of course, we all know, like in the US, it's recommended, suggested not to. I think it said somewhere here in one of these Asian cinemas, they actually have a list of things that you can bring. So they'll be like, all right, man, you can bring some biscuits and some chips, but you can't bring no pizza or no sausages or nothing like that. So I, I just thought that this was fascinating. Do you guys think, one, now I know y'all biased because y'all be in there bringing them snacks, but do you think it's fair? Because this is the theater's lifeline, right? They need the money from the concessions to basically survive. Do you think that they should allow snacks? Do you think they shouldn't allow snacks? Or do you think they should allow some snacks? Should maybe there could be a small list of things that you can bring and things that you can't bring. Now, personally, I believe that in America, we gonna abuse the hell out of this. If you give us an inch, we gonna take it a foot. If you say, hey, you know what? You could bring your own popcorn. You think that people not gonna come in with their own popcorn butter, with the butter and the everything, making it right there in the theater? People gonna come in with a hot plate, making their own. They gonna have their own seasonings, busting out the ranch, busting out the cheese. They gonna what? I don't trust people. I'm just saying, I don't trust people. I know people finna sit here and be crazy with it. Oh yeah, you can bring your own gum. It's fine. Man, you gonna see people blowing bubbles and all the crack popping and snapping all it. I don't know. Y'all gonna be coming in here with some I can't believe it's not butter just to put on your whole. You're gonna have a whole cheese grater just sitting there like you at Olive Garden. I'm just trying to enjoy my popcorn. Listen, I know some of y'all, okay? But y'all let me know. What do you think should happen? First of all, what do you think about this situation? Do you think that they went a little too far? I mean, I'm not from New Zealand. I don't know their customs. I didn't know that they was calling people out like that. I am curious if these were women, family of color. I do wonder that though. Because I'm sitting there wondering, I'm like, man, I feel like this sounds like some American stuff. This sounds like one of them times where you go to a theater that's not from your neighborhood and they're kind of like, where do they come from? Johnson to row 5. You go sit in row 5 with them. Just keep an eye out. I don't know. But y'all let me know. What do you think about this whole situation? Feel free to let me know your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Let's see. Anthony, what you got? Kobe needs some special brownies to mellow his butt out. Yes, he does. Outside of chocolate, because dogs will like die. But yeah. Dang, what happened? DJ, okay, what's up, eFam? I love this page, and this is my place, and I try to catch the show and the replays, but straight up, I would have punched them flying, them Karen dudes in the mouth, teeth would be flying. Listen, first of all, I'm gonna need you not to harass my kids. That's first and foremost for me. Forget the snacks, okay? I can toss the snacks out, but I need you not to traumatize my kids. Talking about the police might kill me, my kid. What? Are you crazy? Man, I'd be asking for an instant refund right then and there. First of all, you distracted my movie. I missed 2 minutes of the movie. I don't know what happened. Give my money back. First of all, because man, that's too much. JN, Chick-fil-A, a spicy sandwich is my #1 movie stack. Listen, you said it, not me. Okay, I ain't trying. Listen, don't y'all be self-snitching on yourselves now. Okay, I'm gonna put this in there for you. Allegedly. It is allegedly your #1 snack. I'm gonna help you out. Tyra, I would have went to jail behind my hibachi. Not the hibachi. The whole thing. You doing the little with the onions and the fire and the choo 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 choo. Are you doing that too? See, this is why we can't have nice things. This is exactly what I tell you. See, I just told y'all was gonna bring your own, hot plate. You bringing your whole hibachi. Yikes. Oh man, Anthony, what you got? That person has too much time on our hand. Yeah, they definitely are taking their job a little too seriously. That is for sure. JN, they forgot about that convenience fee, huh? Nah, I'm pretty sure that fine print is like, yeah, the convenience is the AC that we turned on. I don't know, something dumb. Let's see. Sean, what you got? I didn't want to be that guy at the watch party. Oh, that's cool. That's all good, man. It's all good. I appreciate you coming through either way. Let's see. My man Quiet, what you got? I support my wallet and the concessions. Get candy from the dollar store, but the drinks from the concession, their candy be a fulfilling dollars. Listen, that's an interesting compromise. I mean, and listen, I feel like, you know what? I feel like that could be a better, smoother compromise to bring your own snacks only for paying customers, right? So, like, let's just say I brought my own popcorn from home, but the theater's like, okay, if you're gonna bring this, we need you to buy a drink. You know what? I kind of feel like that might be fair. That it doesn't sound too crazy. Hey, listen, I brought my allegedly spicy chicken sandwich, but let me cop a drink real quick. Does that work for y'all? If you were able to bring in your own snack, and let's not be crazy, it ain't gonna be no buffet, but let's say you brought in your own snack, would you be willing to pay for a drink at least? Now, the theaters might get a little cheap, they might start acting like certain clubs and be like, well, it's a 2-drink minimum. They might do that, but I'm just saying, maybe that's a compromise. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for that. Alib, you just need food that leaves no evidence. Listen, this sounds like a whole pro. A whole pro. Okay, I ain't gonna ask no more questions. I don't want to get nobody else in trouble now. Y'all don't know who be watching. You don't know. All right, thanks guys for that. Should we do this now? I think I might be ready. Okay. Trap. So, Trap is the newest M. Night Shyamalan movie. A lot of us have been somewhat excited for this movie just because I thought the trailer was pretty good. But just to kind of give you a quick intro for Trap, it's basically a father and his teen daughter. They attend a concert only to realize that they've entered the center of a dark, sinister event, right? If you've seen the trailers, then you pretty much know, or at least it's been presented to you, that this guy potentially is a serial killer, and the police are there and they're setting a trap for him. Okay, that's the presented story. I'll put it that way. So let me kind of start off with what I thought was good about Trap first and foremost. And let's start off with Josh. Josh Hartnett, I thought gave a very captivating performance. I think his physical acting was probably the most effective. You'd have scenes, for example, where you could tell that his character was either hiding something or that he was internally conflicted, one way or another. But I really liked his physical performance, how like you could kind of see a lot of stuff going on with him mentally, even if he didn't say anything, right? So I did like that. But his character overall, I really, really enjoyed. So his performance was solid, but the character himself, I thought was really intriguing. I was fascinated with just how resourceful this guy was. Oftentimes I kept thinking to myself, like, yo, is this dude Batman or something? Like, it was just really kind of crazy. And I think that you're always going to be interested in either trying to figure out what he's going to do next, right? Like I think that's one of the biggest draws, is trying to figure out what's going on in this guy's head. And at some points in this movie, I'm going to be honest, I was kind of rooting for him a little bit, and listen, I think there are going to be points in this movie where it might seem like you don't know if you should root for him. You don't know if you shouldn't root for him. But then later on, you're kind of like, you will know how to feel about it. I'll just say that. You will eventually know how to feel about him. But I did really, really enjoy his character. Now M. Night Shyamalan, and by the way, that was his daughter. That was the pop singer. She did a really good job in the movie too. I'll definitely give her some points there too. But what I really enjoyed here was what M. Night did in terms of toying with the audience through storytelling. Right. So there's this great cat and mouse game that's going on, between the characters and the police and stuff like that. And it was really interesting to see how things would actually develop, right? I love the scenes where something is happening, something is going on, and only you, the audience, you're the only one in on it, right? So think about it where like the characters, they might be completely oblivious about certain things that are going on or certain details, or let's just say another character. And meanwhile, we, the audience, we're sitting there like looking like Leonardo DiCaprio in the meme, like, yo, oh, yo, So I really did enjoy how the storytelling kind of kept you in the loop, kept you as engaged and immersed that way. I thought that they did a good job with that. But we got to talk about the bad. So when it comes to the bad, I would say that there were certain moments in the story that I thought got a little too convenient for some characters. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what happens or which characters I'm referring to, but I thought that there were a few times where it felt like certain dominoes fell into place only for the sake of pushing the story forward. So, in other words, even though I did enjoy how the plot would kind of keep you in and give you these little inside, perspectives and stuff, it felt kind of stretched. There were some moments where I was like, all right, now, come on now. Y'all really stretching this out and y'all really trying to make this work and you really forcing this a little too much. So I would say overall, that was probably my biggest issue with it. But let me get to the reason overall for Trap. I think that Trap is a crafty thriller from M. Night Shyamalan. And it really showcased Josh Hartnett at his best. I think this was one of his better performances that I've seen recently anyway. It's a simple film, okay? It's not super deep, it's not something crazy elaborate, but it's straight to the point. Even though I do believe it tries a little too hard, but I would say that this movie bends, but it doesn't break. Okay. So you're in this movie for the cat and mouse chase. I really appreciated the fact that the trailers, they don't really tell you a lot of stuff. They only tell you what you need to know. And I would say that they practically were probably just the first 15, maybe 20 minutes at most of what you're going to need to know in the film, and then it's off to the races after that. So kudos on the marketing. They don't really tell you too much where it becomes a problem or whatever. So I really did appreciate that to that degree. So when it comes to the rating for Trap, I'd probably have to give it maybe a 7.5 out of 10. This was, again, it's a solid movie. It's simple, it's not deep. I would probably say that this is one of those $5 Tuesdays, a matinee type of film. If you catch it on streaming, it might be better, but I don't think you'll be disappointed if you watch it on a matinee. And the movie is what it is, so please do not go into this with some big crazy M. Night Shyamalan expectation that people have tended to have recently, right? Like, and I'm not confirming nor am I denying that there is a twist. I'm not going to confirm or deny that. I'm just saying keep your expectations in check. Let the movie do what it does. Don't go in thinking you about to have the Sixth Sense or something great. Like, listen, just watch it. Just check it out. Also, there is one post-credit scene. I think it's like in the middle of the post credits. There's nothing at the very end. And I thought it was entertaining. It was funny. It was kind of cool. I like what they did with it. So feel free to stay just a few minutes after, and you'll catch that one post-credit scene. So anyway, you guys let me know. Are you planning on watching Trap? If and when you do, come on back to this. Let me know what you thought about it. All right. All right. Oh, I got a couple comments. DJ, what you got? Deadpool. I took your advice. Started off social media, stayed off social media outlets. Seen the movie, walked out happy as ever. I love this movie. That is all, man. I am so happy to hear that. I mean, again, I am a firm believer that while people will say up and down, I don't mind spoilers. I'm okay with spoilers. I get it. I really do get it. But man, there is something unique about still going in with knowing less and allowing the movie to take you down a unique, surprising road. Because as I've said many times before, you cannot get unsurprised. I just heard a story of from one of my friends, and he was recommending Deadpool to one of his friends, and he was like, before this person went to go watch Deadpool, they went and read the Wikipedia. Why would you read the whole Wikipedia about what happens in the movie? Deadpool ain't that deep. It's not like a deep, convoluted story. It's a very basic thing. And if you sit here and read about all the stuff that happens, I mean, are you still gonna have a good time watching it? Sure, but man, you can't unsee or unread or unknow these things. Like you just took all that stuff away from yourself. Why? Oh, it's weird to me, but I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you. Oh, Anthony, what you got? Okay, that person was more petty than K. Dot. I thought I was the only one that did that compromise allegedly. I like that. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Oh, okay. Thanks again, DJ. I see that was the same comment, but I appreciate I'm glad that you were happy for it and had a good time. Thank you for that. Quiet one. Quiet one. Hey man, it's funny that superhero movie fatigue talk disappeared after Deadpool dropped. Like you said, it's bad writing for movie fatigue. Yeah, man. Look, thank you for letting me know my next tweet. Yes, where they at though? Where they have y'all seen? Where's the talk? Where is it? I thought it was out there. I don't. Where's the superhero movie fatigue now? Huh? They on vacation? Are they fatigued from the fatigue? Is that how that works? Ooh, oh man, oh man. Hey Archie, thanks a lot. I'm probably not going to post that just because I don't want to. We're still in mild spoiler territory, so I don't really want to go too much into that. But thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Okay, we got a lot of Marvel news. Marvel's just been on the docket all week. So let's talk about shifting dates. So this is customary. This happens all the time. right? When it comes to movies, studios and stuff, the dates get shifted all the time. And we just found out here that apparently Marvel is shifting some dates. They have a lot of movies. This is Deadpool's the only movie coming out for 2024. Some things got pushed and delayed. But we found out here that they're making even more changes. So says here that Marvel has removed an untitled film set for July 24th of 2026 from their release calendar. They will now release 3 movies in 2026, including 2 untitled films in February and November, with Avengers 5 Doomsday still happening in May. All right, so let's kind of look at this calendar here. So far, Marvel Studios 2025, we got Cap 4, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and Blade. All right. Now wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Can we okay. Because it says February 13th to be announced. Can we stop playing? Can we stop playing? We know good and well. Blade ain't coming on November 7th, 2025. Who made this? Who? Y'all don't. You know what? Like, what is this? Is this a joke? Are we a joke to you? Are we a joke to you? Kevin Feige just said in an interview last week, my man hasn't even read halfway through the script of the new Blade draft yet. If y'all don't move that funky little date, that's not happening in no November. Y'all not even shooting. Y'all don't even have a director. But let's just say they get a director tomorrow, next week. Let's just give them a best case scenario. You mean to tell me that y'all gonna waste this February 13th date and not put Blade right there? Put Blade on February 13th. Why? Because it's Black History Month. Marvel, y'all know y'all like a good Black History Month and a Black-led movie. When did Wakanda come out? Black Panther came out right there in February. Now Wakanda Forever didn't, different situation. But Cap is coming out on February 14th. Keep the same energy. Just go ahead, move Blade to February 13th. I already told y'all, I believe Black folks gonna show up. I believe Black folks are gonna show up for Blade. And because of that, we're going to make it cool. We're going to dress up. We're going to show up. We're going to talk about it, all of that good stuff. And that movie's going to do some numbers. That's my personal belief. Go ahead and move that to February 13th. Just go ahead and do it. Anyway, and that'll be a great Valentine's Day gift too. Come on now. I love it. Let's see. What else do they have? So, November 6th, they don't have nothing. But you do have this gap. There is this gap here between Avengers 5 and May 7th for Avengers Secret Wars. I don't know. I'm wondering if they move this Avengers to July. I'm wondering. But they do like their Avengers movies in May. They do like it. Now we do have Scooper Daniel Richmond. He did have a couple ideas here about this. Now he was saying like, oh, maybe those dates got moved. You do have Armor Wars, Shang-Chi 2. There is that the X-Men movie that's still happening, the live action X-Men, and Young Avengers. He says here that Spider-Man 4 is a Sony movie, so it can't be the one of the 4, but it's likely to be released sometime in 2026, possibly July. That kind of makes sense though, because Spider-Man in July, you want that money. You want that money. Sony wants that money. So if Spider-Man comes out, let's say 2026, um, that makes sense, right? Like right after Doomsday, or whatever. I think I could see that. What else? Daniel also said, wait, this is probably why they pulled it. After all, due to their deal with Sony, they need to make room for Spidey 4. They did the same thing with the other MCU Spider-Man films, rearranging their schedule to accommodate the Spidey movies. So this could be the case. This could be why they needed to make some room and shift some things around for Spider-Man. But there was also another report that said something interesting. And this is a mild spoiler. So, if this happens anyway for the next Avengers. But it says here that all MCU projects that are not prequels released between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars will reportedly be set in Battle World. Huh. So, for those of you that don't know, they're saying that these movies, whatever comes out here, whatever projects, so whether it's Armor Wars, Shang-Chi, maybe Spider-Man, whatever these things are that come out after Doomsday, it is possible that these will be set in Battle World. And for those of you that don't know about Battle World, well, I don't want to spoil it too much, but let's just say it's a place in the comics where a lot of heroes and villains will get to fighting. Okay, so it's a big battle royale. Let's just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. So I thought that they would do Battle World in Secret Wars. But from what they're saying, it sounds as if Doomsday is going to create it. It sounds as if we will probably have some big cataclysmic multiversal situation go on, and that's going to put us in Battle World. And if we get into Battle World, there's a lot of theories that could happen with that. But it does seem possible that all this stuff like Doomsday is going to shift a lot, but it's also going to set the stage for a lot of things that happen. So just imagine, for those of you that are not familiar with the comics, imagine that Doomsday is going to have an event or a situation that is similar to Thanos when he does the whole dusting and the snap. And then we'll go through some stuff in TV shows and movies. And then Secret Wars is going to be like the end game and how they wrap all that up. So we'll see where that ends up going down the road. But you guys let me know, what do you think about all these shifts happening with Marvel's schedule? How do you feel about them? Is this getting you excited, for what's going on with the MCU? Does this give you hope? Were you one of those people? The MCU is dead. Maybe this is something that's going to lighten it up. I don't know. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. All right. So I'm not gonna read that, DJ. That's a little vulgar. But I appreciate your sentiment around not enjoying the superhero fatigue repetition. Yes. We still want to keep it a little family friendly, just a little bit. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Nelson, Black Panther 3 in February 2026. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not. I, I'm not counting on it. I'm not hoping for it. My expectations right now with Black Panther are like, like, I'm not saying I don't care. I'm not getting my hopes up right now. Now, the one thing I might get my hopes up. Well, no, I won't talk about that. I'll make a video or something about that later. But yeah, I'm not. No thanks. Not gonna do it. So let's move on. I did not know this. And how did we miss this? Now, we have talked about multiple directors and, people that have had issues with Marvel in the past. People would be like throwing them under the bus. People would be blaming them for the I don't know, the end of movie theaters, even though they're like making the most money and people go watch them. I don't know. But I did not know. I'm mad that I missed this. But apparently Jamie Lee Curtis have been throwing shots at Marvel. Did y'all know that? I don't know how I missed this. But apparently she's been throwing shots at Marvel for a minute now. So this was back in 2022, right around Everything Everywhere Always, All at Once, all that. And it says here that Curtis compared her alternate universe movie with Marvel's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in an Instagram post. And she was joking that her film out Marvels any Marvel movie they put out there. Yikes. And she backtracked a little bit. She was like, listen, I ain't got nothing against Marvel as an entity. I've seen a lot of Marvel movies. What I was talking about is that Everything Everywhere All at Once was a little movie that could, and we were able to tell a multiverse story that really touched people. What I was trying to talk about was it doesn't have to be a Marvel movie in order to be a spectacle and to really move you. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, shots fired though, right? Like you still shot them fired. You still fired them shots, but she's not totally wrong. I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once was a very solid movie. And it did, in my opinion, do a good job of telling a multiverse story. And no, it didn't need a lot of spectacle and stuff. So she wasn't wrong. I mean, I don't know why Doctor Strange had to catch a stray, but okay, all right. And at least she did clarify, right? She clarified it right then and there. Okay. And matter of fact, she goes on to say a little bit more. She said, honestly, I can't imagine that Marvel will ever come calling because I kicked up some dust, but I'm a collaborating artist. I work with a lot of people on a lot of different things. And if the role was interesting and if I could bring what I do to it, of course I would work with Marvel. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? Say no? Of course. But I would find it hard to imagine that Marvel's going to figure out something with a 64-year-old woman. She said, I'm afraid if I do a Marvel movie, they're going to stick dots all over me and make me act by myself in a warehouse somewhere. All right. Listen. I would not doubt that a huge company like Marvel with a vast array of stories could find something for you to do. Listen, you could have been the older Madam Web. Right? I mean, if Sony Marvel were doing a multiverse story with Spider-Man, I could totally see Jamie Lee Curtis, because forget Dakota Johnson, that's done with. I can see Jamie Lee coming in and playing the older version of Madam Web. I'm just saying, there are characters out there. But I'm just like, yo, listen, the older you get in Hollywood, and I'm just being real with y'all, the older you get, I'm going to need you not to unsecure future bags. Harrison Ford is in his 80s. This man just made a whole $1 billion by being Red Hulk. He don't care about them red dots on his face. He don't care if he got to work in the warehouse. My man is getting paid for his generations that come after him. His kids are going to be fine. Okay? He don't have to worry about nothing. How many times are you going to have, if they can find something for him, I'm sure they can find something for you. But this was, listen, whatever. She said what she said. She kind of backtracked. I kind of feel it though. Like, I get it. She just didn't have her hopes up, but it was like, all right, whatever. And listen, sweep that under the rug. That was 2022, right? Like, that was 2 years ago. She said what she said. She said ain't no big deal with Marvel. It's fine. It's whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bygones be bygones. Move on. But why is that not all? Because recently at Comic-Con, an interviewer asked which phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe we're currently in, and Curtis answered, bad. Why forecome? What did Marvel do to you? Why you gotta hit him with that? Now she was not wrong. Okay. She was not wrong. I'm just saying. Why they gotta catch a stray again? You could have just said, like, I don't keep up. I don't know. I don't know what phase we in. You could have just said anything else. Why you gotta throw them under the bus? Again, she's not wrong. She was not wrong. But that don't mean you gotta say the quiet part out loud. It ain't even that quiet. We've all been saying this. Oh, I did not know she was gonna choose violence on Comic-Con. That's a wild decision. So with all this spiciness from Jamie Lee, because I'm sitting there like, yo, why are you doing this? You just said earlier that you was all good. But this actually prompted her to make a follow-up statement. I didn't even know that this was a thing. I only heard about this because of her recent comment that she just made. And this is what she ended up having to say. My comments about Marvel were stupid and I will do better. I've reached out to Kevin Feige and will no longer play in that mud-slinging sandbox of competition we call the internet, nor will I engage in the toilet paper promotion or gameplay that is designed for clicks, not content. If this ain't a J. Cole moment, I don't know what is. J. Cole done inspired a whole bunch of people at this point. How you gonna throw rocks and be like, you know what? I'm good. I don't want no beef. I don't want no beef. Ma'am. I mean, with the PR apology, though. What did she say? I will do better. Like, why she act like she got me too'd? Like, what did you like? What? She act like she just went against the woke mob, whatever that is, and she had to go issue out a public what? I didn't know it was that serious. Now the funny thing is, Kevin Feige probably would have been like, "Why are you apologizing to me?" Like, I said that phase was bad too. Like, what are you talking about? Why are we here? Anyway, what are you doing? You want to be in Marvel? Like, I'm pretty sure that's the way the conversation went. But the strays were unnecessary. The strays were not wrong. The apology, in my opinion, was unnecessary. Like, but then again, it does sound like she might have been securing that bag. It does sound as though, she's like, you know what? I'm 64. I see Harrison getting some money. It's a little hard out here for, in Hollywood. They don't give older white women that many roles, older women in general. Maybe I do need to play nice. Keep paying these bills. Never know when another strike gonna come around. You never know. So, in addition to that, I also thought that this was pretty funny. But Ryan Reynolds, aka Deadpool, also weighed in on this. And he said, wait, is everyone expected to apologize for slamming Marvel post Endgame? I really like that. Because Deadpool and Wolverine is a whole movie slamming Marvel. A whole thing. The whole thing. So I guess I like the idea that at least Ryan Reynolds kind of had her back here. Just to make this a lighter moment. I personally do not think it's that serious. I did not think that she, said something so egregious that she really needed to apologize and all that. A little much for me, but hey, whatever. That's how she felt. That's how she felt. You guys let me know. What do you think about this whole Jamie Lee Curtis versus Marvel thing? Do you think what did you think about her shots that were fired? Do you think she should have apologized? Do you like that she apologized? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. All right. MJ, what you got? Good evening, sac passe, not boule. Who should be the Beyonder? Zach Efron, maybe. And I still want to see Denzel Washington in the MCU, maybe as Professor X. I would not like to see Professor X and Denzel. I just don't believe Denzel's going to want to do this. I want an actor that is going to be around for a while. So I'm just nervous. I'm not saying he can't play it. I'm just saying I don't know if he's committed because at this point, unless you're talking about a one-off, like maybe he's a Professor X from a different universe or something, and we only get him for one movie. Um, I don't think that it's worth trying to get him in to be the future Professor X for like the next 10 years. I don't see him doing that. And that's mainly because he's directing stuff, he's acting in other things. Denzel's at that phase in his life where he's like, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, so he wouldn't be my top pick. Zach Efron for the Beyonder, sure, why not? I'd be fine with it. He looks the part anyway, so yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't mind that at all. Thank you so much. Jayanne, what you got? She stole Auntie Angela's Oscar with that film. Well, first of all, I wouldn't call it a BS film. The film was actually really good, in my opinion. I do agree that she definitely did not deserve the supporting actress win. And I mean, Stephanie Shu probably should have got it, or Angela should have got it for Wakanda Forever. But yeah, that's where I stand on that. But thank you so much for that. All right. You know what? We did talk about Deadpool. So, since I brought up Deadpool before, can we talk about the bank? Because I was saying this before, and I just like a little validation. I like a little validation from time to time. And I thought it would be a good time to kind of check in on the numbers. Now, here's the thing: Deadpool only came out last week, right? So it's been a full 5-7 days, whatever that it came out. And let's take a look at the numbers. Let's take a look at the numbers real quick for Deadpool. It says here that the domestic total stands at $280 million. Let me remind y'all. If I'm not mistaken, the Marvels, I think, only brought in like $200 million. This thing did it in like a week, and that's just domestic. Let's look at the international. It says Wednesday, taking their international culmination to 310 million, and worldwide 590. 590. Hold on. This is where it's at right now. It's at $630 million. That's just in 1 week. 1 week. Do y'all realize it takes other movies multiple weeks, multiple months just to get to that? And this did it in 1 week. What did I tell y'all before? What did I tell y'all before? I told y'all that the base floor for this Deadpool movie was $800 million. Base minimum. And then I also told y'all all you need, because of the Hugh Jackman factor, because of the cameos, as long as they don't spoil stuff, this could hit $1 billion. This could absolutely hit $1 billion. And the fact that it can do this while being rated R. Wait, y'all, have y'all seen? Hold on. Did we do a wellness check yet? Did we put out a wellness, an APB? Did we figure out what happened to the superhero fatigue? Folks, I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned. I really feel as though we need to find out, can we, I don't know, like, do we need to go and check the articles, check the authors? I just want to know, are they okay? Because I haven't seen nothing. I haven't heard from them. This can't be right. Something is wrong, right? I mean, this shouldn't happen. Superhero movies are dead. People are sick of them. They tired. They don't want this no more. Don't nobody go see Deadpool more than once. Y'all tired, right? I saw somebody just bought a ticket 3 times. That was on accident, right? Because you clearly are tired, according to all these articles. Where they at, though? All right. All right. Anywho, I'm just happy. I like it. I like, listen, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It's nice to feel validated, right? It's nice. It's nice. I ain't gonna brag. I mean, I've been telling y'all this for 2 years now. Didn't I tell y'all this? Ever since Hugh came back, I told y'all this was gonna do some damage. I told y'all people was gonna be quiet. Don't nobody listen to me. It's all good. But it is, hey, whatever. It's all good, right? Y'all let me know, what do you think about the whole Deadpool thing? This crazy amount of money that it's making in just a week. And this is post-pandemic, by the way. So this is like in the age where we don't really see a lot of billion-dollar movies like as often as we used to. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments. DJ, what you got? Her last 3 Halloween movies sucked. They really did. Those movies were terrible. Oh my gosh. Why is she talking about anything? Sit down, Lori. Yeah, she does need to sit down. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Quiet one. E-Man, would you be cool with Denzel as Kang or a variant as a send-off and hand off to Doom for the storyline transition you want to see? Yes. Yes. If you want to tell me that Denzel comes in as the oldest Kang and he's the Kang that really has been pulling all the strings or whatever. Yes. Since Marvel is clearly so desperate that they are willing to go get Downey, they'll go get the Russos, which I'm okay with them coming back. I'm not okay with them with the hurried and rushed transition away from Kang. I don't like that. But at the very least, you mean to tell me, creatively speaking, because I hear a lot of people saying, well, E-Man, we were tired of Kang, and I get it. I know that we was tired of the character because the character was written terribly. But let me ask you this. Thor 4 was also written terribly. Are y'all willing to give up on Thor? Thor 2 was terrible. Were y'all willing to give up on Thor? No. So my question is, why is it that you willing to give up on this character all of a sudden just because it had bad writing? We've been having characters that have had bad writing, and yet they still continue. What's the problem? I've just been saying, it's not completely unheard of or unrealistic to just simply redeem this character that's been plagued with bad writing, because all you have to do, and this would be a perfect example, throw Denzel in there, pay Denzel some money, tell him, you know what, we only need you for one movie, and by the time you come into this movie, Robert Downey as, Victor Von Doom, whatever, he gonna come in, he gonna kill you at the end, and then we move on. Because to me, I'm like, it is a waste of our time. People are like, what you mean waste of our time? You wasted our time expecting this villain to come in and be a bigger threat than Thanos. And yes, Kang was a bigger threat than Thanos. This is not my opinion. This is what Marvel has established. When you sit here and say, hey, Thanos only snaps a finger and wipes out half a universe. Meanwhile, Kang comes in and demolishes multiverses. Marvel set that table for us. Marvel set this guy up to say, hey, you one of them Avengers? Which one did I kill? It's a blur, because I'll be killing all y'all like that. Marvel set that expectation, and now they wasted our time saying, oh, the Super Ants and Ant-Man, they got rid of one. By the way, they got rid of the worst one. And the TVA, which Kang started, they're taking care of the other Kangs. Lazy writing. That is lazy writing. You made us suffer through multiple bad Thor movies, but you're not ditching Thor. The least you can do, and by the way, Kang is the easiest character to recast. The easiest. I'm not even saying you have to get Jonathan Majors, even though you could. But if you couldn't get him, you could absolutely get Denzel Washington. You could absolutely get literally any other black actor, Coleman Domingo is still sitting right there, and just finish the story. Hand it off properly. I'm sorry if I believe that we deserve more. Sorry. I know some people are impatient. Some people don't care about storytelling. They just want to see the spectacle. That's fine. I'm personally, as somebody who's watched all 10 plus 12 years of the MCU, I'm thinking you guys, Marvel, you cherish yourself. You say yourself that we are storytellers. That is their number one priority. I'm saying bypassing Kang is lazy writing if that is what's happening. And some people are also going to say, but E-Man, you don't even know what's happening yet. You haven't seen nothing. Wait and see. I'm going off of the information that has been given. It has been reported multiple times for years that Marvel was going to pivot away and just dismiss the idea of Kang. They were done with it. So until new information comes out to say otherwise, I'm going to go off of the information that I have, which is Marvel is just gonna dismiss Kang and move on. I think it's a bad move, but I like that. Thank you, Quiet One, for that. Denzel would absolutely be a moneymaker. Look at the excitement Denzel just brought just for the appearance in Gladiator 2. People was going crazy over that. You mean to tell me Marvel couldn't ship a couple bucks his way, and just make that a move? Come on, man. You tell me Denzel Washington, Robert Downey Jr. are gonna be in the same movie. You don't think I'm gonna show up? You don't think the all the casuals gonna show up? Y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want the money. It's all right. Ah, man, got me all worked up for that. Sorry. Ism. Scorsese punching the air like Trey from Boys in the Hood right now. You know, Scorsese is big mad right now. How dare Marvel Studios make money? How dare, because they not watching, people not watching, I don't know, whatever other movies in theater. I don't even know what's out. I mean, I went to go see Long Legs. I went to go see Trap. Shout out to those movies, but yeah, yeah, he definitely mad right now. Let's see, DJ. Superhero fatigue is false. I'm seeing Deadpool again. Nah, man, it's got to be a mistake. It's got you got to be watching something else, because there's no way. There's no way. No, they don't believe you. They don't believe you, man. They believe superhero fatigue is real. People can't possibly going to go see this movie again. I don't know. Let's see, JN. People not giving up on certain bad actors. So yeah. Let's see again, JN. Loveness and Waldron were average writers at best. I'll give Waldron credit for the first season of Loki. He did a very good job with Loki. But the movies just did not hit. And Loveness, I don't even want to talk about it. That was bad. That was bad. Shogun, what you got here? Thor is redeemable because we've seen him done well in the MCU. Kang, bad from the start. And sorry, but I've seen plenty of people talk bad about Deadpool, like the Forbes article. I don't know why. The only people I've seen say negative things about Deadpool have been I'm trying to see how I could say this nice. Highbrow critics. So, to be honest, I don't care. I don't care what they have to say, mainly because I've seen how this movie has affected normal people, regular people. When normal, regular people are going to go see a movie multiple times, it doesn't matter anymore what that one or two critics or people at big outlets have to say. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, if the movie gets the people going, what more can you say? It could still be a bad movie now. It could still be a bad movie. But sometimes people like bad movies. Y'all went to go see Venom, didn't y'all? It happens. So, anyway, you said here Thor is redeemable. I don't know how. Like, Thor to me did not start off good, in my opinion. Like, Thor 1 was boring to me. Thor 2 was atrocious to me. Thor 3 was the only thing that really redeemed him. It took two, let's say, mediocre to bad movies and then he got redeemed, and then he failed again in Thor 4. That was terrible. So this whole idea of like, well, Kang started bad. No, I don't believe Kang started bad. I think Kang started very well, especially in the beginning of Ant-Man. Kang was probably the best aspect of Ant-Man, but the writing was terrible. I think that we were able to see the difference between bad writing and good potential in the character. So I would just disagree with that. I think that Kang had more than enough. And I'll put this back out there instead. The mere fact that you have multiple variants of Kang, that in itself is endless potential of redemption. There's only one Thor, right? Thor can only go wherever Thor goes. But with Kang, oh, that variant didn't work. Go with another variant. That one didn't work. You got a whole council of them that can work. So to me, I disagree with the idea that there was not any type of redemption with Kang because he's the ultimate reset button. You can always do something with him. But I appreciate you for sharing your thoughts on that. Thank you so much, Shogun. Thank you. Quiet one. My bad for getting you worked up tonight with my ideas. No, you don't care. Y'all don't care. Y'all like my high blood pressure going up. It's all good. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. DJ, thank you, man. I appreciate the support. Let's be honest. No one cares about those other movies outside of Deadpool. No one cares what else is out. All hate towards those toward those who are losing. You know what? I Long Legs, I liked it. Trap, I liked it. You know, there are a couple decent films out there. You know, I like The Watchers. The Watchers was decent, you know. I mean, they're not great, but I like them. You know. But thank you so much. Mario, Denzel and Marvels as Bishop? Hell no. No, thank you. And I say that respectfully. Let me see here. Denzel is 69 years old. Why do y'all want him to be a young, vibrant, swole guy? No, Bishop. My question is, why is Bishop old? Why is Bishop 70-something years old? What kind of time travel was he doing? Nah, I need Bishop to be a young black man, you know, 30s, something, maybe 40s at most. No, Denzel needs older roles. But thank you so much for sharing. I do appreciate you. All right. All right, we have a Fantastic Four update. So as you guys know, Fantastic Four is coming. This is going to be set in like a retro Jetsons like alternate universe, where it's the 1960s for them over there. Yeah, so now we actually got an update on what we can expect from them. This is from the director Matt Shackman. He is the same guy that also gave us WandaVision, but he's giving us a little bit of what we can expect with the movie. He says here in this interview, one of the things we decided early on was not to do an origin story. One of the ways we're making it our own thing is we're not telling the story of them going up and being changed and starting our story there. There's a lot of well-known narrative that leads into that moment, right? And then you're making up your own new story starting basically at the end of the first act. And we thought, well, let's just start this thing off on a completely new foot. So we are beginning after that. So I guess that kind of makes sense as to, well, it doesn't really make sense to me because, you know, Fantastic Four is called Fantastic Four First Steps. But I'm like, first steps, but it's not an origin story. Shouldn't it be second steps at that point? Maybe. I don't know. But he does go in a little bit more. Yeah, here it is. Bam, there it is. So yeah, it is called First Steps. But actually, I stand corrected. I think that this other thing that he said here might explain it more. He said our movie is set in the 60s, kind of a retro future 60s, and it's a lot about the space race and about voyaging out there. So First Steps is partly to do with the idea about exploration. Okay, that makes more sense. especially with the space race going up to the moon and stuff like that in the 60s. Okay, first steps. That makes more sense. He also said, and I also really wanted to take all of that great stuff from Apollo 11 and just imagine that instead of Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, it was the Storms and Ben Grimm and Reed Richards heading off into space. All right. So it seems like this is going to be right in the vein of the Fantastic Four. I like the idea that we're not doing a origin story. I mean, out of the last three Fantastic Four movies, two of them were origins. So it's like, okay, like we get it. They went in space, they got hit with rays, weird stuff happened. So I do like the fact that they're bypassing that. I don't think that they need an origin story. And I think culturally it'll be kind of interesting. Matt Shackman clearly has an affinity for the past. He likes these old retro things, as we've seen in WandaVision. So I think that it would be interesting to see that perspective. Now, if you guys had seen, and I mean, this was already confirmed, but like we do know Galactus is a thing. Galactus is going to happen. We heard the reports about a female Silver Surfer. We have not seen, or at least a female herald of Galactus. Let's put it that way. We have not seen any of those other characters show up. I think it is a very good bet to believe that while Galactus is going to be in there, listen, you can't have the Fantastic Four without Doctor Doom. So it is more than likely that we will see Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom show up. Maybe he shows up at the very end. Maybe he shows up in a post-credit scene. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. Like that'd be the least surprising thing that they can do. But the cat's out the bag already, and they definitely need all the attention that they can get. So anyway, what do you guys think about this update for Fantastic Four First Steps? Do you like this idea? Do you like the fact that they're skipping the origin story? Do you like the idea that they're going to kind of take into a retro 60s Jetson type of thing? Do you think Doctor Doom is going to show up in this? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right. All right. Y'all boy. So we already know Captain America, Brave New World is coming. Y'all movie. Y'all can't wait. I know. But is it possible that Captain America himself, Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie, did my man just spoil something that's gonna happen in the Captain America 4 movie? He recently was doing an interview, and if you recall from Comic-Con, it was already revealed and officially confirmed Harrison Ford was coming, and he's gonna be the Red Hulk and all of that stuff. And we saw that there was gonna be some Hulk villains gonna be in there, like the Thinker. Betty Ross is confirmed to come back. So, we've heard all these reports before. We've seen all this stuff clearly at Comic-Con that this is damn near a Hulk movie, right? But with that said, Anthony Mackie was kind of asked about that. He was asked, and I was going to try and play the video for you guys because I thought the video was more telling, but YouTube won't let me live, so they was going to shut the live down. So I figured we can read what he said, but I'll tell you what he did actually say in the video itself. Again, I can't play it, but I'll tell you what he said. And y'all let me know if this sounds surprising or what you think about it. But let's see. He goes in after being asked about the Hulk. They said here the events of the Incredible Hulk movie and his film, or this is Mackie speaking. He said the events of the Hulk and his film don't pertain to this movie at all. When he shows up, his world, his universe, his story is completely separate from the way we utilize him in our story. Oh my, oh my. Mm, mm, mm. Did he just spoil that Mark Ruffalo's Hulk was going to be in the movie? Now, he has not been confirmed to be in the movie, but um at this point, and I've told y'all this from the beginning. I mean, oh, I swear if this happens, I'm going to give y'all the biggest I told you so. I told y'all this movie was gonna need help. And the second we started hearing all these Hulk this, Hulk that, Hulk that, you don't think that Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is gonna show up somewhere? Listen, the mere fact that he's in mocap and the mere fact that you can shoot the Hulk in some warehouse somewhere in green screen, it's the best way to hide his character, right? I would not be surprised if Mark Ruffalo shows. I would not be surprised at all. Just at all. Just no surprise. But yes, in the video, he was saying this though. What did he say in the video? So he said, okay, you see where it says when he shows up in the video. If you watch the interview, this interview was with Entertainment Weekly. If you watch the video, he says very clear, if you listen, if when he shows up. Bro, why are you well, come on, man. Come on, man. This is equivalent. This is equivalent to Marvel's third trailer. I've told y'all how bad Marvel is with a third trailer. I told y'all about that. I feel like this is it. Like, you should have just been like, man, I don't know nothing about no Hulk. I just know about the Red Hulk. That's all I know. Leave it at that. But honestly, I'm not going to be the least bit surprised if Hulk shows up. Not even the least bit. I mean, first of all, how the hell is Sam Wilson gonna fight the Red Hulk anyway? You saw he don't care about that little punk little, shield. He flicked that shield right down on the ground. If you don't have a Hulk come into this movie to save your butt, who gonna save Sam? His other Falcon? The other boy, the other new Falcon? Falcon 2.0 gonna save Falcon? The new Sam? What? He gonna need some help. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this potential? Maybe he misspoke. We'll see. I don't know. What do you guys think about what Mackie potentially revealed about his upcoming movie? Do you want to see Hulk show up? Do you think maybe Hulk shouldn't show up and let Sam Wilson cook? It's supposed to be his movie. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think, though. Let me know what you think. Let's see. DJ, man, it's on a roll. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. I was never Fantastic Four fan, but I tried. But this is how they are to me: a rubber band, a pile of rocks, who is 0 to a million against the Hulk, or 0 and 1 in a million. A matchstick and someone who is invisible. Air, nothing. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Listen, I understand. I've told y'all that Fantastic Four are not one of my favorites. I like the characters. I'm not huge fans of their stories. Their stories are not appealing to me. But the character, hey man, the world is about to end. Somebody get Reed Richards on the line. I'm with it. Something crazy about to happen. Somebody call up Franklin Richards. Like, I'm with the characters. The stories, not so much. I don't care about Galactus. Galactus is one of the wackest characters. I don't like Galactus. actors. I do not like them. So I understand. DJ, what you got? If they give me Professor Hulk, if he is in the movie, I will walk out and demand a refund. I can't blame you. I cannot blame you because you know what? I've been tired of Professor Hulk. Like, listen, if we don't get a Savage Hulk at some point, I don't know what we doing. I don't know why we're even here. Y'all just wasting everybody's time. Oh my gosh. All right, we got a couple juicy stories left. We got 3 stories left. 3 stories left. So, real quick, just to let you guys know, we got 3. Oh, and we're doing great with the time. I love to see it. We got 3 stories left. The last story we'll go over, the last bit of news, it is going to be a spoiler for Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'm giving you a heads up now, not these next 2 stories, but the very last story, and I'll give you one more heads up, is going to be a big Deadpool and Wolverine spoiler. So if for whatever reason you didn't contribute to that $620 million of the box office, I'm giving you a heads up, you're gonna want to back out, okay? Because I will be at this point, I can't avoid it. It's already out there. So we're gonna talk about it for the last topic. All right. But first, before we get there, we have to talk about that money. That big money. Y'all, we found out last week, Robert Downey, the Russos, the dream team is back together again. Now, was this a desperate move? Was it genius? My answer is yes to both. It was desperate and it was genius because they sat here and acted like they didn't have any other creative way but to go back to the well that has only given them $2 billion movies plus and one of the most bankable Marvel stars that they've ever had with Robert Downey Jr. But as y'all have known, and we've talked about this before, Robert Downey had a clause in his contract. Now, I don't know if this has changed after SAG-AFTRA or not, but he had a clause in his contract where he was making a lot of buku money off the back end. So he would take his fee up front, but on the back end, anytime he was in Avengers, any Avengers movie with Robert Downey Jr., this man was going to get paid. He was going to get paid for real. So this new article from Variety, they have broken down, according to their sources, what that contract actually has to offer. And we also find out the real reason why this all went down. So it says here, sources say Marvel is plunking down $80 million for Anthony and Joe Russo to direct Avengers Doomsday and Secret War. That is nuts. That is nuts. Listen, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if other big name directors who used to look and turn their noses up at Marvel and be like, hey, big head, how's it going? 40 million for both of them? 40 million for a move? What? 80 million? That's basically, if we're talking about splitting it into two movies, that's $20 million per movie for each of them individually. What? Now, directors might get a couple million here. I forget what Christopher Nolan got. I think he had gotten like maybe 10 million or something. Yo, Marvel is pushing that. It reminds me of like in sports, when you had a salary cap and all this stuff, and one QB gets 100 million, then another QB get 150 million, and okay, well, if they got 150, then I need 200 million. Yo, now Here's the thing, though. A lot of people don't have the Russo brothers' track record. They deserve that money. They can sit here and say, you can't give me regular money because I did nothing but give you James Cameron level, like, just performance. James Cameron is the only one that can walk in anywhere and be like, give me $40 million by myself. Why? I'm about to give you Avatar 15. That's going to make $5 billion. He the only one that can really do that. But within Marvel, the Russos are the only ones, you know, and I said this before too. Somebody quote me for this for the future. Listen, the Russo brothers, each Avengers movie will make at minimum $2 billion. Minimum. Minimum. That's baseline. I told y'all Deadpool's gonna make minimum 800 million and they're gonna hit $1 billion. Avengers 5 with Robert Downey, $2 billion. They might hit $1 billion in the first week. They might just do that in the first week. Keep in mind, Deadpool just did 600 million and they're rated R. There are a whole bunch of kids and people that are under 16 that did not get to go see it, by themselves. I went to the movies just the other day, saw a bunch of kids, and they was like, hey, man, what movie you going in to go see? I went to go see something else, but I know they was trying to go see Deadpool. Yo, this is nuts. But anyway, so shout out to the Russos. I'm glad they're getting their money, and it's well deserved. It's well deserved. I already told y'all they would be the safest bet for Marvel to get an automatic win. Automatic. Now, it does say here, the Russos deal does not include back-end compensation, but it does contain performance escalators that kick in at the 750 million and 1 billion threshold. These dudes finna get paid. These dudes finna get paid. They already got stipulations, just like athletes. Oh, hey, once you score 1,000, yards, or once you once you catch 100 balls, you're gonna get an extra $1 million or something. These dudes are finna get paid. That's it. 750, 1 billion. They gonna get that in a week. That's it. I want to know what y'all gonna get when y'all get to 2 billion. What y'all gonna get when you get to 2.5 billion? It's all possible. This is easy work. Easy work. These dudes got their money, but now we got to talk about Downey. For Downey, his deal is also filled with perks that include a private jet travel, dedicated security, and a whole trailer encampment. Yo, they made this man Tony Stark in real life. They say you gonna get the Marvel jet. They say, yo, let this man fly on the 616 jumbo jet. You know that's what they call it too. What? They gave him his own jet, his own security. They gave this man Secret Service. He probably got real life Doom bots on his detail. And first of all, I had to look up trailer encampment because I was like, what does that mean? You mean movie trailers? And what are you talking about? No. They about to give this man his own trailer, and it's probably going to be in a camp of other trailers. So while all the actors, they might get a little trailer and a little bus and all this. They gave this man Latveria for real. Robert Downey Jr. Marvel gave him Latveria. For y'all that don't know, Latveria is the place that Dr. Doom rules over. They gave him a country. They gave him his own little town. Y'all remember in Oppenheimer, when Oppenheimer had to build his whole bomb and everything, and they went to the desert and they built up a whole little thing just for him? That's what Marvel just did for him. And that's just that's just the rumor. Who knows what other crazy stuff this guy's finna get? This guy might buy Disney after this. I don't know. They gave this man a country. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. What else? What else? Downey is by far the highest paid member of the MCU, duh, and pulled down $500 million to $600 million. And that's over all the movies, all the Iron Man movies, Avengers movies, Incredible Hulk, Captain America, Civil War, Spider-Man, Homecoming. My man is paid. My man, listen, Robert Downey's in his 60s. If I'm not, let's double check. Let's double check. How old is Robert Downey? My man is 59 years old. He's 59. He already never had to work again. Already was set. You are an actor and you got $500 million that you've made. You don't need help. You're good. Your family is good. This might make him a billionaire. This movie might make him a billionaire. Do we have billionaire actors? I don't know. I don't know like what The Rock is at. I don't know. He might do it. Because here's the thing. He got to get paid also for cameos. We only are talking about the Avengers movies. Y'all know he gonna show up in Fantastic Four in some way, maybe a post-credit scene, maybe at the end. They gonna have to pay him for that. For them 5 little minutes that he did in Spider-Man Homecoming, they paid that man millions of dollars for 5 minutes of work. I'm in the wrong industry. It says here that the new outings will also be filmed in London beginning in the second quarter of 2025. Now, this is actually smart for Marvel. And this might actually make sense as to why they were able, because some people are probably thinking, like myself, like, yo, y'all spending a whole lot of money on these Avengers films. I mean, to spend 80 million on the Russos and you spending, but and here's the thing. While you're spending all this money on the Russos and Downey, it's already said and reported and rumored that they're going to be like 65, maybe even more characters coming back. That's a lot of actors that you have to pay. Even if they can, I mean, we thought Endgame was a lot. Nah, double Endgame. Double Endgame. Remember when On Your Left? All that. You remember On Your Left? Double that. Double that. Look, On Your Left and On Your Right. That's how many people potentially will be coming back for maybe the last 2 or maybe the last Secret Wars movie. That's a hell of a budget. But just because we're gonna be nerdy about it, this reminds me of what happened with Secret Invasion. Shooting in London is actually really advantageous for Marvel because apparently the UK is very generous with these with movie and TV. It says UK's government spring budget on Wednesday. The Chancellor of the what is that? Ecuador? I don't know. Jeremy Hunt revealed a 40% corporate tax relief for film and TV studios through 2034. So they definitely getting a nice bonus, a nice tax write-off or a cash back coupon, buy one, get one free. I don't know. Whatever the London folks are doing, whatever the UK folks are doing, 40%, even if it was 20%, that's a lot of money to come back to you. Whew. So I could see that as being their way of getting their money back, I suppose, for the Downey and the Russo brothers. That makes a little bit more sense. Let's see. Oh man, I exited out. Let me put this back up. So we know that they're doing that. Here it is. Yep. Yep. Okay. Let me get this for you guys. So, as I've been saying multiple times, for all those people that are like, you don't know what's going to happen. Again, I'm going off of the information that has been given to us. And it was said here that adding to the angst of the Burbank lot, the entire future Avengers arc that centered on villain Kang had to be scrapped. Let me read that again. The entire future Avengers arc that centered on Kang had to be scrapped amid Jonathan Majors' legal troubles. Here's something I think we need to point out, because a lot of people just like to say things, and I want y'all to be informed when you say them. It says Marvel's parent company, Disney, cut ties with Majors hours after he was convicted of assault and harassment stemming from an altercation with his girlfriend at the time. So, can we please stop saying it was Marvel? Now, I thought it was Marvel too, but according to this report, it's saying Disney gave probably the command to cut ties with Jonathan Majors. Now, this is not the first time that this has happened where the powers that be that run Marvel go above Kevin Feige. They probably issued that whole demand to get rid of him. Same thing happened with James Gunn, where they was like, nah, get rid of him. And that wasn't even their decision. It wasn't Marvel's decision. Let's not forget, similar negativity happened with ScarJo. Remember, it was Disney, Bob Chapek, that threw ScarJo under the bus. That wasn't Kevin Feige. That wasn't Marvel Studios. So, you know, let's kind of point the finger where it is needed to be pointed at. That was a Disney decision. We have no information to say that it was a Marvel decision to get rid of Jonathan Majors. Even though I still put some blame on Marvel for skipping and scrapping the Kang storyline. I think that it's fiction. You have all the creativity in the world. Y'all still could have made something happen with that. But yeah, so apparently that was a Disney thing. There was one more thing I wanted to bring up. Here it is. Let me get that for you guys too. Uh-huh. We finally found out the real reason why um this all came together. We found out why, at least according to this report, why the Russos came back, what's up with Downey and all of that. So it was already said that, Kevin Feige was interested in bringing RDJ back. He was already on board with it for a while, but RDJ, which, I think it's safe to say my man's got some pull, okay, especially at Marvel. He was like, nah, I ain't coming back unless I got this one demand. And it says here, sources say Downey agreed to come back to the MCU if the Russo brothers would return. And this source says they were the only ones he would work with. And they made sure to put that in the deal making. So the only reason we got the Russos back was because of Robert Downey Jr. Now, Robert has a very interesting past, of course. He got his job by being looked out for by Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau looked out for him and got him, right? Or he at least pled for his case. But here's the thing. Also, Terrence Howard also looked out for and vouched for Robert Downey. Now, Downey didn't return the favor, allegedly, according to Terrence, but people helped him out. Also, Downey, as he started to make that Iron Man money early on, he started to see his coworkers, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, everybody else was not making a lot of money. Thor, Captain America, they was only making a couple $100,000 while this man was making millions. He negotiated, and he was the reason that got a lot of his co-stars pay bumps. So Robert Downey, even though Terrence Howard might disagree, he has been looking out for other people, and it looks like the Russos were no different. You have got to be oblivious and just naive if you don't think that Robert Downey is not set for life. After these Avengers movies, you mean to tell me that Downey ain't finna have a couple jobs, a couple movies with the Russo brothers? They have their own production studio. They make their own movies. Downey is set for life. My man he's literally set for life. He's fine. He just won an Oscar. And I think he's doing a stage play. And I believe he might be up in contention for winning an Emmy for some other HBO show or whatever. This dude finna eat. I'm sorry. He's finna feast for the rest of his life. He's set. But anyway, guys, what do you think about this crazy amount of money that Robert Downey is clearly about to make? The fact that they got this man on Air Force 616. What do you think about the fact that, you know, the Russo brothers only came back thanks to Downey basically leveraging that? And whatever else you guys think about these, let me know in the comments down below. All right, what else we got? Nerdy, I'm gonna save your comment for last, so hang tight. Ism, what you got? Say RDJ need a Farnsworth Bentley asking for a friend. Listen, I'll be that personal assistant myself. I would definitely be that for sure. Let's see. King Chad, I appreciate that. I'm actually going to have to say no for now, only because I have my own idea and I don't want our ideas to mix, and I don't want to steal your idea, and I'm still kind of working on something. So I would say save your idea. If you want to post it on social media and tag me, that's cool. But yeah, I don't want to read or see anyone else's because I'm gonna make up my own ideas as well. So, but thank you so much for that. Let's see. We have one more. Okay. So we talked about Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU. He's going to play Dr. Doom. And this was a big surprise. A lot of people didn't see this coming. It made probably one of the biggest headlines, you know, in a long time. We also heard that the Russo brothers are coming back, yada, yada, yada. Okay, that's great. Avengers 5, which used to be Kang Dynasty, is now being Avengers Doomsday. Okay. Report after report has been saying that Marvel is going to scrap the Kang storyline, is getting rid of it. They're done with it. Just for anyone new that's coming in, I have made my position pretty clear, and I'm not going to go into the full rant, but I do not like the idea of just ignoring the Kang storyline. As I've said before, we've had terrible Thor movies, but yet, because of persistence, he was able to redeem himself and still have the luxury to give us Thor 4, which was terrible on top of that. So I don't want to hear this excuse that, oh, well, the story was bad, so we should just like move on. No, you can still rebuild and make it up because y'all didn't give up on Thor. So I'm going to keep that same energy, and the fact that Kang is one of the easiest characters to recast. Now, with that said, Robert Downey coming back as Doom, obviously getting rid of this entire Kang storyline is one thing, but the question has been, what about Jonathan Majors, right? So Jonathan Majors, as many of you know, and we have covered extensively on this channel, he was found guilty of 2 misdemeanors, you know, and this was, again, I didn't agree with the verdict, but the headlines are the headlines. The headlines are saying that he's guilty of domestic violence and yada, yada, yada. Most of you have already seen the video footage. personally, I wasn't convinced that this was enough evidence for that verdict. Because the vast majority of stuff that we could see that was proven was that both of them were in an altercation. Again, we couldn't see inside the car, and we saw Jonathan Majors primarily running away. So, um, either way, as we also just recently learned, it was Disney that actually got rid of Jonathan Majors, not Marvel, but Disney did it. Same way they got rid of James Gunn, same way they threw ScarJo under the bus, not Marvel. So Disney, the higher power, they're the ones that got rid of him. But even with all that said, question has been like, yo, what's been going on with Jonathan Majors? Now, we talked about how he does have a new movie coming out that he's working on, which I think is great. I think the brother is extremely talented. So I like the idea that he's still working. I have said I think he needs to lay low for a while, stay out the public eye, let all these other industry, not for fans, but for the industry folks, because the industry folks are the ones that are afraid of him. They're the ones that are primarily like, ooh, we don't want to be associated with negative headlines and PR or any type of drama. So I've always said that he needs to kind of like lay low, chill, and then come back because his talent is unquestionable, right? I think we can agree on that. But he was caught up recently, and this was by TMZ. So TMZ did get a chance to meet up with him, and they asked him some questions. They asked him about how he felt with the RDJ news, and he does end up giving a little bit more on his thoughts. So let's go ahead and check this out. Hold on, my bad. We got to prepare right. All right. So let's go ahead and hear what did Jonathan Majors have to say about the Robert Downey Jr. news. And here he goes.
Nice. I mean, nice. It was announced that Robert Downey Jr. was, being brought back from Marvel to play Dr. Doom. I mean, it looks like he's replacing your villain, Kang. I mean, are you hurt with the new direction that, Marvel is, going?
Yeah, heartbroken.
You are?
Yeah, of course. Come on. Yeah, of course. I love him. I love Kang.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Dr. Doom is wicked though.
Oh, yeah, it is good. It's gonna be good. I mean,
now here's the thing. What kind of question did she expect him to say? Like, oh man, I'm glad that I got fired and I can't play this role that I was really loving. Like, what kind of, come on now? What kind of question was that? This was something that was literally going to propel his career to the next level. We had seen Jonathan Majors having successful film after film after film. Come on now. Like that's it. Like, why would you do that? That's like, oh, your dog died. You knew somebody loved that dog. Hey, how does it feel not to have your dog? I need TMZ to just be a little better. Just be a little better, Anyway.
I mean, both Robert Downey Jr. and Ezra Miller have had a history of trouble with the law and getting arrested for felonies. I mean, you only had a misdemeanor. Do you feel like it's unfair that you're not being given the same opportunities as them?
Damn. I think it's fair that Mr. Downey is being and has been greeted with patience and curiosity and love, and that Mr. Miller's gotten the same treatment, and that they're being allowed to work their art and be creative at that level. It's not. Nah, I'm not really. I didn't really get that.
Woo! I love that answer. I love that answer. First, for people that don't know, Robert Downey he was arrested in 96 for possession of heroin, cocaine, and an unloaded gun. And given 3 years of probation, he faced numerous other legal issues in the years that followed. And oh my God, if you have followed my channel, you know we have talked about Ezra Miller being a literal domestic and international terrorist, coming after people, going in their homes, trespassing, stealing wallets, doing all these other crazy stuff, being arrested, beating on women. The rap sheet on Ezra Miller is nuts. But Ezra was allowed to finish making the Flash that nobody watched. And Downey did get vouched for, and was able to make a comeback. And it was a great little comeback story. But I loved what Jonathan said. I loved what he said, mainly because he was right. A lot of them were given an extra level of grace. Now, that's not to say that Marvel was not apprehensive. Marvel was apprehensive in terms of bringing Downey on. It took Jon Favreau. It took Terrence Howard. It took them to really be like, no, give this guy a chance. And unfortunately, that didn't happen here with Jonathan, at least not from an industry perspective, right? Because you needed industry people to elevate them. Y'all remember, and I made plenty of videos about this, even with Ezra Miller, as Ezra was actively terrorizing folks, allegedly, whatever, getting arrested, you had the producers, you had the directors, you had all these people defending Ezra. Oh, Ezra's not, oh, Ezra's this, all that. He had all that support. But Jonathan didn't get that. You didn't hear or see, and maybe I missed it, but we didn't see any actors coming forward. We didn't see any producers coming forward. He didn't get that. And they let him go. So I liked his answer that that they were given a level of grace, that they were given some ability to like at least do something, with their careers. And it does bring up the question, is there a double standard? Even James Gunn was brought back. Now, I didn't agree with James Gunn getting fired. That was a Disney thing. Some old person fell for the right-wing propaganda stuff that they started on Twitter. And, and I'm not condoning what James Gunn did and the stupid jokes that he made, not condoning that. But I don't agree with the fact that how they fired him. But they even brought him back. So is there really a double standard? Because this is Disney, this is DC, like it's feeling like an industry thing. And by the way, this is not the first time that you've had an actor with a troubled past who's been arrested or been accused of stuff. Didn't we talk about Josh Brolin? Josh Brolin had a whole domestic situation going on. Tim Allen was a whole crackhead. My man was slinging that dope. Tim Allen was a pusher. Okay? Like what? Buzz Lightyear was out there slinging that dope to the galaxies. But yet my man still got a chance. They still got forgiven. They still got, my goodness, Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen has been a wreck for years, and this man was still on TV with no teeth, was still out there. That's crazy to be an intergalactic pusher and you still get on kids' movies. Really? Anyway.
So,
Do you wish you had like the same opportunity as them?
I mean, that's hard. I mean, come on. Yeah.
See, now you can't trap him like that. You know, listen, Jonathan Majors can't say it. I'm going to say it. There is a racial element here. Yes, there is. Because at some point, we have to be honest and recognize that white privilege has always been at the very top of the industry. Let's just be funky with it. Let's keep it 100. And if you're not, you're just being disingenuous. We already know that white actors get paid more. We already know that white actors get more opportunities. We've literally already seen how they have a tighter community and a tighter network within the industry itself, so that even when they get in trouble, they can have their friends come in and help them. Let's just be 100 about it now, because there was absolutely no other explanation why Ezra Miller could be a whole domestic international terrorist and still continue working. Doesn't matter if it's a new studio or a different studio. It's an industry problem. It's the same people making decisions. Most of these people go from one studio to another studio, and it's the same decision making. And even then, it still happened in Marvel. Well, I should say under Disney, because Disney was the one that let him go, not Marvel.
I mean, why do you think that's the case, though? Like, for them?
Wow.
Wow, indeed. You trying to trap this man?
I don't know.
He knows. He knows.
Would you want your old role back, like your old job back as King the Conqueror?
I hate that.
Kang?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Didn't he just say?
That's why I said I love him. I love him. I love Kang. Love Timeless. Love He Who Remains. Love him. If that's what the fans want, if that's what Marvel wants, let's roll. Hell
Yes. I do want that. I do want it. Here's again. I'm not opposed if Jonathan Majors comes back. I'd welcome it just fine. Shout out to the Kang gang. I'd be fine if they recast him and gave it to another black actor. I'd be okay with that too. But yeah, I don't like the idea and the instances of multiple white actors. And I only named a few. There are way more out there that have had trouble past, accusations, crimes that again, and I don't want to, and yet they working. And they working to that same degree. But yeah, I would definitely love to see my man come back, or at least the character come back. But y'all let me know, what do you think about Jonathan Majors' comments about RDJ coming in and they getting rid of Kang? At least I think he kept it pretty professional and smart by not throwing the actors under the bus. I think that he was smart in basically pointing out that, like, yeah, he was saying it without saying it. It'd be nice to get some of that grace. It'd be nice to get that benefit of the doubt that other people just so happen to get. Again, we're not condoning certain situations or actions. We're not saying that. We're just saying, if you're going to give a little grace over here, why can't you spread that around? But y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. Quiet one, what you got? Do you think Chris and Marcus not being back as the writing team will impact the movies? Well, Chris is back. McFeely is back. It's Marcus that's not back. And I don't know. I'm going to assume it's almost like the Wachowski siblings, you know, with the Matrix. I mean, they were fantastic together, but when it was only one of them, it was like, I don't know. Like, can you do it by yourself? I don't know. I prefer for them because these are the writers, for anybody that don't know. These are the writers that gave us Winter Soldier. I think they did the first Captain America too, but they did the Captain America movies. They did Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. So that's the dream team right there. With them and the Russos, that's the dream team. But they are saying that McFeely's not back right now. So I'm sorry, Marcus is not back. I wouldn't say that it's a yellow flag. It's not a red flag, it's a yellow flag. I trust the Russos. I trust, McFeely. I don't know. I guess we'll just kind of find out what is it that they missed without Marcus. And maybe they come back. I don't know. GA, one misdemeanor and a violation, not a crime. Well, and again, I'm not going to sit here and relitigate the case. And please, people, do not try to relitigate this. I think we're beyond that. I've tried to make this point over and over and over again. It does not matter what you think. I'm not trying to be mean. It does not matter what you think. This is a PR issue. The mere fact that you see guilty and an actor's name, the PR is terrible. The optics are scary for the industry. They don't care about the details. They don't care about, we got to find out that other secret tape and the jury didn't do this, and they don't care. I'm for real. They do not care. Y'all do not. I'm trying to help y'all so y'all don't keep getting all stressed out over it. I see people trying to go through all this stuff and listen, they don't care. They only care about the optics. They only care about the dumb headlines on the article or whatever, and they get scared by that. The studios, the producers, the director, they get scared by that. They're like, oh my gosh, it said guilty and the actor, and they get triggered. They're not going to care about the fine print. They don't care what the video showed. It's the optics. So y'all could argue this stuff and make it clear. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it's not helpful. It does not matter. They don't care. The only thing, you know what will change? What will change, and this is true in sports, it's true in entertainment, all of that. What will change is Jonathan Majors, box office smash. Jonathan Majors, Oscar contender. Jonathan Majors, Oscar winner. That is going to change the optics and the perception. And it's just like sports. Winning solves everything. And, by the way, no drama also helps too. Make sure that while you winning, ain't no drama that pops up its rear ugly head. Make sure that happens too. So, if my man can be a box office hit, if he can win some awards based off his talent, which we know is there, then you start to see the opportunities, and then all of a sudden maybe a comeback will happen. But yeah, trying to litigate this stuff or talk about, they don't care. They don't, that's just Hollywood. That's just Hollywood. Let's see. Jesus. What's up? Mes amis beaucoup femme. Okay, what's up, bro? Okay. I caught a little bit of that French in there. I'm with you. Sac passe. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Let's see. Bakers, I'm gonna have to wait on that. I'm not doing that yet. JN. Let's not forget Tim Allen tried to move half a kilo back in the day prior to making films, and no one in Hollywood ever talked about it. Yeah, must be nice. Must be a nice privilege to not have these negative things brought up about you. Must be nice. Must be nice. All right, quiet one. Here we go. Not to harp on race. Why not? Not recasting T'Challa, not recasting Kang, and Blade development struggles. Do you think the MCU fears losing our Black audience dollars by botching passing the ball? Your thoughts? So you're asking me, now I want to be clear, you're asking me, do I think that Marvel is afraid of losing our black dollars? And I will tell you, no, they do not. I know a lot of folks, a lot of black folks are out there thinking, oh my gosh, Marvel is racist. They hate black men. I hear you and I understand. And I've told y'all this last week too. Marvel is not going to think that they're doing anything wrong because to them, they have been pretty progressive. They gave you a black man in a leading TV series, Sam Jackson. They're giving you a young black woman, her own TV show, Riri Williams in Ironheart. They're giving another black man his own TV show, Wonder Man. They're potentially giving Don Cheadle, another black man, his own movie with Armor Wars. They gave you Black Panther. They gave you Black Panther 2. Again, my disagreements with it. But for Marvel, that's out here doing things with black characters and telling black stories? Now, again, that doesn't disqualify the not recasting because they'll have the excuse, we couldn't do it, and it was too soon, which means they might still recast T'Challa eventually. Not doing Kang, we've been losing. Kang wasn't a winner, so we had to move on. Blade, we just talked about an official update with Blade. According to Kevin Feige, we just want Blade to be great. So I'm saying they have a lot of excuses and different reasons where they're not looking at this situation the same way another black person would look at it. They're not looking at it as we're screwing black people over. They're looking at it as we've done a lot, and I would argue more than other studios have, for black characters, and we still want to do great things for black, especially a movie like Blade. They want to make Blade great. That's their words. So for them, I don't think that they look at it as they're fearing losing the black audience because they believe they're doing right by trying to do the best with what they have when they have it. Make of that what you will. Again, I think that, we can have our disagreements about it. And I'm definitely not in favor with a lot of it, but I don't think that they see it that way. They don't see it that way. But thank you so much, Quiet One. I appreciate that. All right, guys, this is the point where I told you I need to give you the final spoiler alert. We're on our last topic for tonight. I will get to those last two comments in just a moment after. But spoiler alert. So if you have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine, this is the time. Wash your hands, wash your butts. See you later next week. All that good stuff. Bye. I don't want you being spoiled. So it's okay. No hard feelings. Y'all can bounce. But I'm about to go into a topic that is going to have spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine. So we can't avoid it anymore. Got to talk about it. So this is your last warning. Anybody still here that has not seen Deadpool and Wolverine? Are y'all good? This is let me put it up for the people that got me on mute. Why you got me on mute? Listen to me. Why you got me on mute? Spoiler alert. Look at that. Look at that. You see spoiler alert. All right. Well, I tried. Don't nobody complain. Anybody complain, just kick them out of here. Because I told y'all. Anyway. We got to talk about this. As soon as I get this up. Wesley Snipes on Blade. So, if you have watched Deadpool and Wolverine, which I'm assuming by the fact that you're watching this, you have seen it, or you just don't care about spoilers. Wesley Snipes had a fantastic cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine, which, if you've seen my review, you've seen the spoiler review, I was ecstatic. I was screaming like a teen girl at a concert, like when T'Challa came back, in Endgame. Yes, Yes. I was happy. I was excited. I was feeling the energy from the Daywalker coming back. What a fantastic cameo it was. I loved every second of it. Except for one part. Now, before I get to that part, and I know you guys know what it is, I've been saying, and I'll continue to say, that Blade has been the foundation and the main reason why the MCU exists. I saw some people in my last video not really understand what I meant. What I meant was, if you look up the history, Marvel was going bankrupt. That's why they had to sell Spider-Man and all the other character rights. And it was Blade and those Wesley Snipes movies, shout out to Wesley, for those Blade movies that sparked the hope that, hey, maybe Marvel actually has a future. And that's what saved Marvel. So Blade, as I said before, the Daywalker walked so the Iron Man could fly. So the respect on Blade has to be placed. And now, something else that I've been saying too, the fact that Blade just showed up. I was saying they should have done this in Doctor Strange. When you was going through all them little multiverses, just show Wesley. Just one time, just show him. Because the moment you show Blade at all, Wesley Snipes' Blade, that makes all those previous movies canon. Which means the 98 Blade and on are officially in the MCU, which is the way I believe it should always have been. So now that Blade is officially in the MCU, I love it. I love it. My man is back. He's doing his thing. He had a great couple scenes in the movie. It was fantastic. But there was a line I did not care for. Did not. And that line was in the movie where he said, there's only ever been one Blade, which is true. Well, kind of. We're just going to throw that TV Blade under the bus like that. And then he said, but there will only ever be one Blade. And Deadpool looked at the screen, was like, ooh. I didn't like that comment. I didn't like that. And, I was on, Just My Opinions channel, and we were doing the spoiler review. So you guys can go there for, more in-depth. But I did not like the comment. And listen, I don't care if it was a joke. Some people think that just because, you don't like a joke, that means you missed it. I know why it was funny. I just didn't like it. And the reason why I didn't like the joke was because, as we've talked about for weeks and months and almost years now at this point, we know that Blade has been in production hell. We know that it's just not been happening. So for me, I was like sitting here looking at what Blade said, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm cool with you being Blade Prime. I'm cool with you being the best Blade. But to sit here and say that you're going to be the only Blade and there's never going to be another Blade after you, like, I didn't like that. Because for me, I had always heard Wesley sit here and say, yo, I like Mahershala. I gave him my blessing, yada, yada, yada. And that was cool. I thought he was on his side. And then to say something like that. And here's the other thing. Not only did he deliver the line, but y'all, Marvel, y'all wrote that off. You wrote that off. Kevin Feige, you let that roll. So I'm sitting here saying, like, was that a shot at Mahershala? Did y'all really just throw Mahershala under the bus? So for me, I was like, yo, I don't, it felt a little messy. Now, again, Wesley, talk your stuff because you deserve it. You deserve the flowers. You deserve the recognition. You deserve the respect, all of that. But I'm like, yo, why are we taking shots at the other brother that literally wants to do the same project? He wants to carry on your legacy. Why was something like this allowed? Now, if this was one of those ways to kind of poke fun at Marvel for not having, because the whole movie was about Marvel poking fun at themselves, I just thought that the joke was in poor taste. I just didn't like it. It felt like black on black violence, And I see people saying like, well, Wesley wasn't the writer. First of all, I'm pretty sure if Wesley doesn't want to do something, he won't do it. Second of all, why would you do that if you're, like if you're the studio? Like why would you pit two actors in the same franchise against each other like that? Like, again, I don't like how that looked. I didn't like it. Anyway, Wesley did come out and he gave an interview. He gave an interview about his return, and I thought that there was a lot of good stuff in here. So let me get into it. That's Jonathan. There we go. He talks about his comeback, and he said here, over the years, we've had interesting conversations. This was between him and Marvel. And he said, so I kind of resided that I was moving on from them, which is okay. He already understood that, hey, Marvel, y'all already doing the Blade. Y'all doing your own thing. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Moved on. He said that I did not think it was possible. I didn't think we would be able to pull it off. I didn't think that Marvel was into it. Disney was into it. Also, because they had Mahershala Ali cast for the next upcoming version of Blade. And Ryan Reynolds did call him up, and he said, like, he told me the idea. They said yes, and it was a go. If you're in, we're in. Here we are. All right. So that was all it took, right? It took basically Ryan Reynolds to send Wesley Snipes a text and just be like, yo, let's do this Blade thing. Wesley didn't really believe it, but he was like, I bet. Now shout out to Wesley, because he also mentioned how, like, not only did he have to keep his role a big secret, but he also had to, as he would say, get Blade ready. My man, listen, he went out, he worked out for like a month, got in shape to do those action scenes. Shout out to my man right there. That's good stuff, because he's old, but he did his thing. He started saying we started shooting before the strike, and that was in the summer. Then we had to come back, and it was winter. So I looked at that as like, oh, wait a minute. You shot that shot and that scene that I was referring to, you shot that early. That was in the midst of all the production delays. That was in the midst, because remember, around the strike, that's when Blade had lost a director, they lost their writers and all of that stuff. That's when, like, it was at the peak of all the nonsense that was going on with the movie. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, wait a minute, this isn't something new that you said. This is something that you said like years ago. Okay. All right. Just didn't really help me with the whole joke or whatever. Now he said when he was asked if he had a chance to connect with Ali since Blade's reboot was announced, Snipes said, not since all the stories about the reboots and all of that have dropped, we haven't spoken. So this kind of goes back to what he said before. And Wesley said in an old interview in 2019, he congratulated Ali for landing the job, calling him a beautiful and talented artist whose expressions I look forward to experiencing for many years to come. And this is pretty much what I had said before, that I definitely was kind of taken back. And this is why I was like, yo, wait a minute. If you were shouting him out back in the day, what's the problem now? Like, why would you make this shot? And by the way, for some people that are saying, like, it's not that deep, too sensitive, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Hello, I'm a movie critic. I'm also a fan of superhero movies, and I like Black representation. It's important to me. So I don't care if it's not deep for you. That's fine. I don't care if you don't care. I care about this. All right. So I just want to make people understand it's fine. It's my thing. And I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with standing and representing for Black representation and wanting to see my favorite comic book characters on screen. I'm okay with that. Just wanted to let y'all know that. All right. But let me also say this, because this that Wesley said, I think was very important, and I'm glad that he said this. He said, I shout him out. I told him he's got all my blessings and support. I even referenced the fact that some of the challenges they're facing now with the project, it shouldn't be accredited to him. He's talking about Mahershala Ali. He said here, it's not the actor's fault. There's a lot more that goes on with pulling this Blade stuff off. You need a lot of secret sauce to do the Blade thing, man. Good luck. You're my man, though. Hey, you know what? That's all I needed to hear. So, yes, I was definitely feeling some type of way because of the line in the movie. I just didn't like it. If it was a joke, whatever, it didn't work for me. But I respect the hell out of Wesley Snipes for at least giving me a level of clarity of saying it's not Mahershala Ali's fault. Now I feel better because my biggest problem was I hope this brother is not throwing another brother under the bus. That's my whole issue. I did not want that to be a thing, but I'm glad that he threw his support behind Ali. I'm even more glad that he said, it ain't him. So clearly, and I think we talked about this in the last update too, Kevin Feige, like, can you hurry up and finish that script? My man was sitting there talking about he only read half of the script. And you don't have a director. That's on the studio. That's on the studio at that point. That's not Mahershala Ali. Even though it was reported Mahershala had all this power and he can reject stuff and all that, but it's clearly on Kevin Feige at this point. I mean, and I think that's not salacious or anything. That's by his own admission. He has not finished reading the script for Blade. And who knows if he has more changes he wants to make? Who knows if the new director that they haven't even picked yet, who knows if that director is going to have changes, and who knows if Mahershala is going to have a scheduling conflict? There's a whole lot of mess going on. But I'm very appreciative that Wesley Snipes made it clear it's not Ali's fault. I'm good with that. So you guys let me know. What did you think about the whole Wesley Snipes interview about his path coming back to Blade, to Deadpool and Wolverine? How'd you feel about the joke? Maybe you didn't care, and that's fine. It's okay if you didn't care. I will own, I'll own that. That's fine if it's just me. But what did you think about his final comment? Basically, taking any and all pressure off of Ali and saying like, nah, that's it ain't him. And if it ain't him, you know who else it could be, you know. But y'all let me know, what did you think in the comments down below? All right, we got our last two comments. What we got? Baker, what you got here? First, the money for RDJ is crazy. It is. Second, did Blade get this star treatment seeing as he saved them also? No. Well, I take that back. Maybe, but we'll have to wait and see. Kevin keeps on saying he wants some magical super duper thing to happen for Blade to make Blade very important and all that. So my issue with that is the longer it takes for Kevin Feige to finally get Blade going and for Blade to finally come out because he's waiting for this perfect thing, it's going to raise the expectations. So the longer Marvel takes to make Blade, because according to them, they're trying to make Blade great, I'm going to sit here and be like, yo, if we get Blade and let's say it's average, can you imagine the feelings everybody's going to have if Blade comes back average? If Blade comes back average, we'll be like, wait, we waited 7 years for this? We waited, according to him, maybe even 10 years for this? You cannot wait this long and give us Thor 4, Ant-Man 3. You cannot do that. Because I personally don't think, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think people have crazy high expectations for a super deep Blade movie. I think for the most part, we're like, yo, give us a dude that's killing vampires and being badass while he's doing it. I feel like that's the basic expectation at this point. If you want to throw multiverse stuff in there, whatever. I don't care. I just want to see Mahershala before my man starts hitting all the grays. Like he's about to be 50. I think he's 50 now. So anyway, third, why are we recycling actors that have already left their mark? Was there no one else? Shout out to Kang. So, I I think that it was always known that they were going to recycle the actors. Like, that was a rumor that we kind of tossed around for years, that they're going to bring the original Avengers back. Secret Wars, they're going to do a whole bunch of stuff with old characters. I think we kind of always knew that they were going to do that. But if we're being honest, if there's any character that you're going to recycle, RDJ is it. I mean, he's charismatic, he's a fantastic actor, and people love him. And I think more importantly, the casual viewers love him in Marvel. They have a good memory of him. They're like, oh, RDJ, Avengers, that was a good feeling. Got to come back. It's almost like asking, and I think it's a similar question, why do we keep bringing Arnold Schwarzenegger back for all them Terminator movies that sucked? Well, because Arnold gonna put butts in seats. People still remember the feelings of Terminator 1 and 2, and we keep hoping that if you bring Arnold back, maybe we'll get that magic again. And I think that's pretty much what they're hoping for with RDJ. Ooh. But thank you for that, Baker. Appreciate you. Victor, what you said here? Can we talk about Channing? Can we not? Can we not? I mean, listen, I'm not a fan of Channing Tatum playing Gambit. I was just real quick, I was happy that he got it into the movie. He was funny. I never want to see him again. Like, if at most you want to bring him into Doom World, Battle World, fine. I'll deal with another cameo. Fine. Nerdy, I did not forget you. I will get you, Nerdy. But I just wanted to get this off my chest. I do not want Channing Tatum to come back as the new permanent Gambit. Hell no. It was funny as a joke. I'm done. I got my ha-has out. I'm good. No thanks. Like, no. Hey, since we here and we all spoiler free, same thing for Henry Cavill. No thank you. No thank you. Don't need him. Nope. I know a lot of y'all like the muscles. I know a lot of y'all like the whole idea of it. No. Don't need him as Wolverine either. Nope. Cameo? Sure. Want to come be a one and done variant? Sure. Hell no. Channing? Hell no. Cavill? No, thank you. Don't need him. Let me explain why, because I know some people are going to be like, why not? I like Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill cannot act. He's not a very solid actor like that. I need y'all to realize that. The one reason why Hugh Jackman works so well as Wolverine is because he's a phenomenal actor. Henry Cavill cannot act to the same level as Hugh Jackman. Y'all gonna get disappointed because in the back of your mind, you're gonna be thinking, oh man, Wolverine, Logan, Hugh Jackman gave us this level of acting. And when you sit here and finally get over the physical optics of Henry Cavill, I understand. The muscles are shiny. They're big. I get it. But when you sit down for 2 hours and you realize we're only getting this level of acting, that Henry Cavill dream is not going to be as shiny. The acting is not. You need an actor that can act like Wolverine and not just and pop the claw. No, you need more depth than that. You need somebody that's troubled. You need someone that can handle the fact that his life is a mess and all this stuff. I'm telling y'all right now, don't fall for it. Don't fall for the superficial, good-looking guys. Don't fall for that. Fall for the best talent. And while we're here, Nerdy, I'm still coming to you. Don't worry. I am so glad that they finally showed y'all what comic accurate Wolverine looks like. I'm so glad, because I hope none of y'all come back out here, sit here talking about we need a 5'2" Wolverine. For what? So he can look ridiculous? Because that's what he would look like. I am so glad that they showed y'all how dumb it looks, because it does not translate to movies. Accuracy in the comics do not always translate to the movie screen. I need y'all to realize this. Stop asking for a 5'2", I don't know, Simone Biles level height Wolverine. It's going to look stupid on screen. It doesn't even look like that in the comics. You know why? Because they zoom in. They zoom in on Wolverine in the comics all the time. So he don't look as short as he's portrayed. And I'm not saying we need another 6'5", Wolverine. I'm not saying that. But I am saying we don't need no 4'8" Wolverine. Please stop. Damn, why'd y'all get me on this? Victor, stop it. You got me on a roll. This was not my intention. It's not my intention. But thank you. Natalie, yes, we still cooking. We finished talking about majors. Feel free to go rewind. We on it. Thank you. Nerdy. All right. Sorry for the delay. With Superman having completed shooting and the first trailer for Creature Commandos out, what's your excitement for the DCU? I know you love Marvel more, but I want DC to win big. We need competition. Let's work backwards. I absolutely agree with you. We need competition. Competition is great. Competition, iron sharpens iron. I want the DCU to be fantastic. With that said, I just finished watching the Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths and all that stuff. Liked it. First one, very good. Second one, sucked. Third part, good. I like it. Listen, I've been a huge fan of the DC animated universe. So I'm not like some DC hater at all. The live actions have struggled. And I don't care if you're a DC fan, you cannot disagree with that. It's just a fact. It has struggled overall. If as a Marvel fan, a comic book fan, I could say Marvel struggled, y'all better say DC struggled too. There's just no, you live in a delusion if you can't acknowledge that. So I agree with you that absolutely we need the competition. I also want DC to win big. So my excitement level for DCU. I did watch the Creature Commandos trailer for the animated series. Meh. And here's the thing. They're not characters I'm excited about. I didn't even know they existed until James Gunn mentioned them. Don't care. Don't know. I don't know who Creature Commandos are. I did not follow them. I did not read their comics. So I can't get excited over something that I had no idea or expectations about. So the Creature Commandos, I'll watch it. I will watch it and I will definitely give it a fair shot, but nah, because it's kind of the way I felt with Peacemaker. I didn't follow Peacemaker like that, but I did love the show. I thought the show was done very well. So I am looking forward to season 2 of Peacemaker. As for Superman, I don't have enough to get excited about it yet. I need a trailer. I want to see a trailer first. I am confident. I'm confident. So let's make that clear. Not excited, but I'm confident that James Gunn is going to do a good job with it. So do I think it's going to be a big win? I don't know, because I still need a trailer to kind of be like, okay, like, what are we doing? What are we working with? But I'm confident that James Gunn loves the Superman character. He knows the Superman character inside and out, and he's personally invested in the character. So I think that he will do the character justice. And I think that he will give us a competent to good to maybe even very good movie. That's my expectation right now for Superman. I don't know if it's going to be the best thing in the world. My expectation is that it's probably going to be safe. I think it won't take too many crazy shots. For example, when I say safe, I look at Man of Steel. Man of Steel was not a safe Superman movie. The whole killing with Jonathan Kent, the whole killing of Zod. Man of Steel took a lot of risks with that movie. And I liked it for the most part. Some things I didn't like, but I believe that James Gunn is going to give us a much more safer Superman movie. It's going to have a little drama. It's going to have the superhero stuff. It's going to have a little love in there, and it's just going to be fine. I think it's going to be fine. So I need a trailer before I can get excited. I am not excited over the Creature Commandos, but I am interested to see what they do. But yeah, I don't know. I've said this before. My real barometer, my real gauge on how good or bad the DCU will be, it's Batman. Batman has always been the most profitable, biggest bang for your buck character in DC. Always. When in doubt, throw Batman in there, right? They went and got the Flash director, the one that just directed a whole flop of a Flash to do Batman Brave and the Bold. We don't know who the new DCU Batman is going to be. It's a little shaky. Right now, it's a little shaky. So it's hard to get excited because we don't have a lot of information yet. But I will say that I share in your hopeful optimism that things will be good. I root, even though I might criticize, I root for all comic book movies to be successful and franchises. Even you, Sony. But anyway, I hope that answered your question. Thank you for being so patient and waiting. I really appreciate you, Nerdy. Thank you for that. You think Carl Urban is a good pick for Logan? Hell yeah. Now, I mean, Carl's also, hold on, because I know people about to have a whole fit. All right. Carl Urban is 52. Hugh Jackman is 55. It feels like a lateral move. I'm not being ageist. All I'm saying is, if you're going to have somebody, can we have them for a long time? That's all. I don't know if Carl is going to want to do this for the next 10 years. He might, because he is very dedicated to all the roles that he does. But I would prefer a Logan that might be in his 40s, 30s, late 30s, and just you can age him up and let that actor grow into the role, because we need a Wolverine that's going to be here not until he's 90, but just for at least another 10, 15 years probably, right? Now, would I mind, like, let's say Hugh Jackman was like, I'm done. I can't do it no more. I quit. If he quit today, would I be okay with Carl Urban stepping in like immediately? Sure. Would I want him for the long term? I don't know. I'd want someone a little younger, for the new X-Men movie, etc. I know Wolverine is a character that can be older, and I get that, but I'd prefer us. Listen, it's just like in politics. Let me just get the younger one. All right. Let me get the younger one. I don't want to trust my whole future on the older one that might not be as guaranteed. That's all. It's just business. All right. It's just business. Well, I don't want people coming in saying I hate the old people. E-Man loves the old peoples. Okay. All of them. And when I say old, I just mean older than me. That's all. Anyway. Bakers, there's a new animated Batman series on Prime. Yes, there is. That's the Cape Crusader, I believe. And that's made by the same Bruce Timm, same guy that made the old animated series as well. So yeah, definitely go check that out. Quiet one, Daniel Radcliffe, no. Taron Egerton, maybe. I like Taron. Would he be my first pick? Not really, but I forget what movie he did. I think it was like Eagle something. I don't know. Whatever. Taron. Y'all remember Taron from Kingsman? He got big. Dude got swole. So I can see it. Daniel, please stop saying Daniel Radcliffe. Like, all of y'all, please stop saying him. Please. Like, I don't know what y'all fascination is with him. I don't get it. I don't know who said no, thank you. No, thank you. No. Anyway, guys, that is all for tonight. I did not know I was going to be this long. I really thought I was going to be under, but guess not. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. I do appreciate y'all as always. And just a quick reminder once again, we will not be doing the live watch party with House of the Dragon. I'll just go live after. So if you're going to tune in, I appreciate it. We'll be doing that about 30 minutes after the episode comes out. There are things to talk about. I'll say that. But anyway, if I don't see you guys, make sure you have a fantastic and safe weekend. Enjoy yourself. Do what you got to do, and be great at it. But wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. Until next time, peace.